I will take the FA to court and the minister to court.
Hey.
If any attempt is made after Otto Addo has been sacked, because he will be sacked before the 3 years.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again for Mallam Go podcast. Another episode is here. We have to apologize for last week.
I wasn't our
because last week, the drama.
Yes, it was Mami Water.
First of all, what happened?
It was Mami Water. Sicho, take it away.
The cake.
Fent, it's a big matter.
I'm listening.
Serious matter.
And Danny K I went to the meeting with Danny K.
Yes.
So what happened was, there are these 4 beautiful mermaids.
Very sweet.
Very sweet mermaids.
Baby girl mermaids.
Really?
Yeah. 4 very sweet mermaids.
Yeah.
And there's this fisherman on the Ghana sea waves, on the Ghana belt thereabout. He was running all the 4. One is from Ghana, one is from the Togo belt, 2 are from the
Cote d'Ivoire.
Then you know their names,
yeah. So the one from Togo is called Celine.
Celine, yeah.
Yeah. The one from Ghana is Maria.
Maria, that's true.
Then the 2 from Cote d'Ivoire, one is Tabitha and one is Beatrice.
Beatrice, fantastic. Yeah. So,
are you listening to this nonsense?
Yeah. So it's a very sad event. The name of the guy I'm talking about, Marcus.
Yeah.
So Marcus, they run all these girls together.
Who are the girls again?
Beatrice, Celine,
and
Maria.
And these are Mami Water babies.
Yes.
Yeah, very sweet.
In the water.
Yes.
Where Ghana man fisherman, they run the 4
If you see them, you'll be charmed.
Okay, we are following.
But they were the AFCON.
Who was at the AFCON?
Fantastic.
Baby girls.
They were there.
The Mami Water was there.
The girls who pussy say they work for the
So your man go do it and vex.
Bro. So as they catch them, say they run them 4 on. Fights happen for the down there.
Or they see under.
Wait them out. Tell no. Sometimes it can be sharp.
Yeah.
The fiber. Quick.
Cut them.
That's how our internet stopped working on Thursday.
So they have to, forget
now
about all the
makes sense.
Oh, bro. See, the matter be see, they can't come and tell you that
That's Mami Water.
You see the time where the snake goes swallow the money for Niger.
Yes.
That's a true story.
Yeah, true story.
Like they can't talk.
So you say it belong. Yes.
So,
now people start talking say submarine. But if you see the submarine and you see Mami Water, difference no day like that.
No, submarine.
The precision of the cut, no, it be too sharp.
It's too sharp.
If you know inside,
it's not blade. It's not blade still.
It's still.
So they have called, Aquaman as people to see if they can help.
Quick.
Yeah.
So now we know why we couldn't record.
Yes.
So that is reason number 1.
Marcus.
Then cut the cable.
Marcus.
The Mami Water fight under, then cut the
Marcus.
cable. The internet is not working. We record say we can't upload the video.
Marcus.
But when the internet finally came, and we decided that we'll come and record. This one who said before our Nigerian friends will come and laugh at us.
No, if we say it. No.
But you understand.
We're not saying it, but everybody understands.
Quick one. Real quick.
We were on our way.
Record the let's see.
And then,
In fact, some of us go here.
and then,
Just like
it
that.
happened. Anyway, bottom line, we apologize. Lots of issues last week. Consistency is key. Okay, so we really apologize. But last week's issues were big, beyond our control. You couldn't even upload it. The internet was down. The whole West Africa, Senegal, Togo, Liberia, everybody didn't have internet. So it was really difficult. So for our viewers and our consumers in the diaspora, people are enjoying.
We're back.
But
We're back for
they
good.
They had plenty internet. They wanted to watch. And we couldn't even upload. You see the problem?
We're back.
But we are back. And today on the menu, full house. You see, 2 boxes to my right. Fight is about to pie. These 2
I'm restless.
as well. I'm restless.
No, restless. Proper restless.
I'm
not
restless.
yes.
I'm restless.
Why
I'm
do you put
restless.
Achu beside
Proper
me?
restless.
Where's my debate mate?
Yo,
Uh,
bro.
Because
Relax,
these guys
bro.
are
We have
liars.
the-
Bro,
we
there's
have
no
the-
debate, so
bro.
it's only
We have
debate.
the-
Okay.
Yo,
Okay.
the experience I've gone to pick from
Achu, come here.
Buko.
Coach, go there.
Substitution. I don't want you to sit by me. Go ahead.
You see,
Coach and Situ allies.
when your wife hear you saying that, you will suffer. Don't call me to come to your aid. I'm telling you.
Then you'll be passed back and be begging you.
Don't mind.
Give
me the concussion. Give me the concussion.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
I'll ask you again. Take your team.
Listen.
Fantastic goal.
But guys, we have two very important topics to discuss today. First one is Ghana has a brand new coach. So do Nigeria. We'll talk about yes, maybe later. And the two teams are facing each other. Otto Addo is back as Black Stars head coach on a full-time contract this time around. His first assignment will be 2 friendly matches. We will not go into the details of the friendly games. We will go into the details of what he brings back. He's hired a backroom staff. Some of the backroom staff have not proven to be popular with the people. So we'll be talking about that. Otto Addo, what does he bring to this new Black Stars team? Is he the way forward? He's been given a 5-year contract, 3 plus 2. 3 permanent for now, plus the possibility to extend it for a further 2 years. So long-term project, long-term thinking, it appears is what the managers of the national team are thinking. Now, when the criteria was released, we had an episode about it. Sicho went through them one by one, the criteria the GFA put together for the kind of coach they wanted. Then they hired Otto Addo. And so as logical beings, people had to do the analysis. They went to look at the criteria, looked at the person that they hired, and asked the question, did he meet every single criteria? That's one aspect of it. There's so many other issues that we can discuss, okay? What will his team building process look like? Who should form the nucleus of the new team that he's building? What can we glean from even his first call-up since returning? Or did he even make that call-up himself? So many questions to be asked. So much to discuss on the show today. There's so many different opinions from all the guys in here who have been yearning to share their thoughts on Otto Addo's return. His backroom staff, some lawman, what's his first name?
Joseph Lawman.
He's coming from Belgium. He's also named former Black Stars defender John Pinsel as a deputy, and Fatal Dada, who played for Ghana the 2013 AFCON and the 2014 World Cup as the goalkeeper's trainer. So the backroom staff that he had before, not a single one of them is he going to work with. So he's working with an entirely brand new backroom staff. So that's the issue for today. So the question is, Coach, I'll begin with you.
Hey.
What did you make of Otto Addo's appointment?
Look, to be honest with me, you can't begin with me.
Okay.
You can't begin with me. Because let everybody talk before I talk. If I start talking, nobody will talk. So I want to listen to everybody.
Okay.
Because you are saying,
You know what?
the mind doesn't bring anything.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine.
Sicho, I don't want us to, because I know the tendency to drag on this matter.
Yeah.
But the issues for me. That's right.
Right now, you know me, I'm a tag guy.
You are a tag guy. Quick. Listen, Otto Addo is back
Yeah.
for good
Yeah.
this time around. No part-time job.
Fantastic.
He's going to be there permanent.
Look, as long as he's named the Black Stars coach, I wish him the best. And that is if for me. Before you're going to name a coach, I'm going to tell you who. If you bring the names up, I'll tell you I don't think is great. I don't think that is great. Once the naming is done, I'm wishing the person the very best.
Of course.
But it is the manner in which and the process through which the FA got him in that is questionable at every sense or in every sense. Because you said it. When you put up a criteria and tell the whole world you're looking for a coach in that class, you don't turn up and settle for a coach who doesn't meet that criteria. I know the argument is always that when you apply for a job and there's a criteria and you don't meet all of it, you can still get the job. But there are some very key indicators in this criteria. You need to meet over half of it. And he doesn't meet over half of it.
You think so? We can go through them again.
Let's do that.
They said they need a coach with at least 15 years experience of coaching at the highest level
He doesn't meet
in
it.
men's football.
He doesn't meet it.
What do you mean? Otto Addo doesn't have 15 years coaching experience?
No, he doesn't.
Where has
no,
he coached?
No. Why is it that you
Where
change?
has he coached?
No, wait. Why did you change the phrase? Doesn't he have 15 years in coaching in men's?
At the highest level.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
You can omit that. He hasn't coached at the
He
highest level.
coaches Dortmund's.
No. That's not the highest level of
youth teams.
Dortmund's team.
He's never coached at the
That is
highest
not the
level.
highest level of Dortmund's team.
This is a trainer scout.
What?
What is
That is not the highest
who is a
level of
trainer scout?
Dortmund's.
He's not the
Dortmund's-
trainer scout.
He's not a winner.
He's not a trainer scout.
Bro,
Dortmund describe him as trainer scout.
development.
What
Yeah,
are
Yes,
you-
he is a trainer and scout.
So trainer scouts, it's not bad.
What is it? Trainer scout.
Trainer and scouts, if you put it together,
It's
it's
trainer scout.
But wait, what is a trainer?
Exactly. That's a coach.
A coach.
Look, you
No,
go
no,
and
no,
take
no, hang on.
a
Yes,
U12.
Yes,
If you go to the
Yes.
Dortmund website,
Yes.
they refer to all of them as
yes,
They refer to them as developers.
chief
Developers.
coach.
yes.
This one
Developers.
is chief trainer. This one trainer. This one trainer. So when they say trainer, they mean coach.
No problem. But we are saying
You
that
say,
he's working with the juvenile or the developmental stages of players at Dortmund.
They are
Which-
helping.
helping with their
which
integration
is
and
actually-
promotion to the first team.
Which is actually a very good job because
The
Dortmund
most critical job.
job at Dortmund.
at Dortmund.
Dortmund's, if you like,
A chunk of their cash.
way of operating is that.
let's just stick to the facts.
Okay, go on.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Now, number one,
Yeah.
he started coaching in 2010.
Where? At the highest level?
I'm listing it.
At the highest level?
He was coaching at Hamburger SV under 19. 2010.
That's not the highest level.
He coached
So move
there
on.
for 5 years till 2015.
5 years is already gone.
Then he moved to Nordsjælland
Yes.
as an assistant.
Yes.
2016, 2017.
It's not the highest level.
One season.
Danish league's not the highest level.
Then he was free for 3 years.
Yes.
Then he took up the Dortmund job from 2020.
You see, you are wasting
and
time
he's been
on
there
the
since.
You are wasting time on the show
you
because
see, when you say, you see, that's the dishonest. He took up the which Dortmund job?
yeah, it's
Trainer
important.
scout of what? Say that one.
What was he doing
took
at
over
Dortmund?
as a trainer and scout at
Hey, you are
Dortmund.
not talking.
okay,
When you
great.
say He took over the job,
All
the
of this
Dortmund
put
as he's the
together
head
is not
coach.
coaching at the highest level. You've
You
gone
don't think
through-
so?
I don't know. It's not me thinking so. It's a fact. Who is coaching Ghana's? Who is coaching? Who is the, if you like, who's coaching the highest level of football in Ghana's men's national team here in the country? Otto Addo. Are you going to say it's Desmond? Are you going to say it's any of the under 15 coaches or under 7? Why is that in the case of Otto Addo? You want to make it look like because it was Hamburger, it's some highest level because he did Germany.
Okay.
He hasn't coached at the highest level. He's never really been a man of himself. In
Now,
the league
it
team.
also says that the coach should be a proven winner
He's not.
in coaching top men's national team or club.
He's not a winner. So that one, move on. Go to the next one.
He must have a football
I told you I
philosophy.
want that.
He must have a football philosophy.
He doesn't have.
No, hold on. That
no,
aligns with
wait,
our DNA.
wait. We don't know our DNA.
We have a book.
Hang on. We don't know our
When they
DNA.
were launching the book,
We
what
know
was
our
that?
DNA.
Wait. We
Where
don't
was
know.
this guy?
Bro, we don't. You launch book doesn't mean you know the contents of the book.
We know the content of the book. I've read it.
But the FA would know, so no problem.
Yes.
But
we have DNA.
read that again.
It's in the book.
Read that again.
His DNA.
Uh-huh.
He said he must have a football philosophy that aligns
There's-
with the Ghana football DNA.
Otto doesn't have a football philosophy because he's not had a. He's not
What
had
do you
a-
mean?
Hang on. He doesn't have a proven football philosophy. That's anybody.
Proving is different from he doesn't have.
He doesn't have a proven football philosophy.
But he has a
We didn't talk
philosophy.
about
Right
That-
now,
wait.
right now,
Wait.
you don't even need to.
We
say
don't
who.
know his philosophy.
He doesn't have.
But how do you
Because he
justify?
needs to show. He needs
has
to
to-
go and
yeah.
court for me to see
But
at that
what
level
do you
that
mean
there's a
doesn't have?
philosophy.
No, wait, hang on. I'm saying that
Where has he
doesn't have-
showcased that philosophy?
We cannot. Nobody can
We are
convince
talking
me.
about the Black Stars here. Where has he showcased that philosophy?
Yeah.
Wait.
So when Ghana qualified to the World Cup?
I have a question. Does Milo have a
That was
philosophy?
our DNA.
Milo?
Yes.
Yes, he had.
When he came back, did you see the philosophy?
You see, why is it that you're looking at when Milo, you having a philosophy, it doesn't mean
mean
that
it will always
your
work.
philosophy will always work.
Yes.
But we know Milo's philosophy.
We
Because
know.
we saw him.
What's
with
Otto's
so many
philosophy?
more.
Hang on. Wait, fence. The reason why I say Otto doesn't have a philosophy is that for almost every single game, every competitive game, every friendlies that he played, it was different. The 2 games against Nigeria, the one in Ghana was different from the one in Abuja. Another circumstance I can understand. When we went to the World Cup, our game against Portugal was very different from our game against South Korea. And even very different from our game against Uruguay. What's his philosophy? In those 3 games, what are you going to say was our identity in those 3 games?
We
What are you going to say?
We considered 7
was our
goals in
philosophy.
30 minutes.
When we played against Brazil in the first half, and he wanted to be expansive, and Vinicius was eating Odoi good. Second half, he changed to play like what Chris Hughton would play. What is his philosophy again?
He's a young coach experimenting, trying to find ways
So
to
we
win.
need a proven. No, see, so read
Oh,
that.
so you're
phrase.
saying that,
Continue
okay.
He doesn't meet it.
Okay.
So I'm saying that he
Fair
doesn't
enough.
meet it. Fantastical. 3, you know,
It
meet.
is still. I'm
But-
reading this from the GFA website.
I love that.
It also says
Mm.
that he must hold the highest football license He has a pro.
Does he have
license.
pro?
Yes.
Credit
he
to
has
you.
a pro
Tick.
license.
Back.
He has to have a proven track record
Yeah.
in team reconstruction.
He
Our
doesn't.
team is
He
broken.
doesn't
so we need
have
some.
it.
What do you mean he doesn't?
He doesn't. Where has he done it? Where has he
Do you know of any-
reconstructed
he
any
has-
team
Do you
before?
know of any he has?
Yes.
Where?
Coaches.
Hamburger
Say
and
it, just say it.
I'm not
Oh,
told.
I'm going. Oh, wait,
He didn't- but he reconstructed it.
I'm a Dortmund.
I'm going.
We're Dortmund.
I can't somehow say.
He went to Hey, hold on.
Wait,
Okay.
wait,
He didn't also go to help reconstruct Noshala.
See,
Wait.
remind me to carry him. If you carry him along when I'm going to book home this evening, they need to fix his head for him.
No. This matter you're laughing at, I don't
No,
understand.
you said, yeah, it's
If you
a
know, relax. If you know his job at Dortmund,
Yes.
okay. His job is basically to align the team.
Danny K.
Wherever if
Align
they,
which
if they
team?
go and sell
Danny K.
somebody,
Align the talent.
and align the talent
Danny
to make
K.
sure that Charlie, okay,
Yes.
he's even the coach's boss.
Danny K.
He's a coach's boss at Dortmund.
Watch who's sitting behind you.
I'm sorry.
What about,
Okay.
what about this one?
Man,
Danny-
great way, Alex.
Okay.
Chicho, what about this one?
Wait. No, the last point was what? Proving what?
The last one is proven track record
Yes.
in team reconstruction.
He doesn't have it.
He
So
doesn't
move on.
qualify.
Next.
Organization
Yes.
and development of young talent.
Development of young talents, I'll give it to him because to do that at Dortmund for that long, you can't be bad and be at Dortmund
Yes.
to
Fair.
do that. So I'll give it to him.
So
Organization, I
that's
don't
two
know.
out of
Plenty.
now.
Yeah, so you're not good enough.
2 out of 4.
proven disciplinarian.
Oh, solid.
Three.
Solid.
I
Three.
counted three.
Who did he discipline?
What? Who did he discipline?
Proven
That he told
disciplinarian.
Amate that the boss
Who
is
did
late,
he
so they should move.
discipline?
Who has he disciplined?
Who did he discipline?
Who has he
Where
disciplined?
has he shown proper
Who
discipline?
did he discipline?
You should tell us.
See, disciplining. See, proven disciplinarian doesn't mean you should suspend
How?
people public.
No,
office.
show me
when
how.
has he
You
exhibited
say he
When
qualifies.
Otto Addo came to the team,
When did he exhibit it?
when he took charge of the team,
Let's talk.
This is what I do.
Yes.
Wait,
Wait,
you can't
wait,
tell you.
Let me tell you.
should I give you instances?
Give me.
If you give one, I can give you 20.
Give me.
So you give one, I'll give
instances
Who
where.
were even with him?
That is why I'm going to say that.
And you are
Don't
saying that
even,
you didn't see any
don't
proven
even start.
discipline.
Look, the only discipline
even
thing
start
that
me.
he can talk about, he will not allow journalists to come and cover. Everybody, come and get out in closed doors. That's the only thing.
Bro, during his time, as it's always been, and now, the Black Stars camp, and the way it has no privacy and everything.
It has
was
been
the same.
there. It has
A
been there.
discipline coach won't allow that. A discipline
Okay.
coach comes and the culture changes.
What
When
about-
he was there,
what
the culture
about-
was bad.
what about-
Still bad.
Okay.
What else?
What about proving tactician?
That's
You
what
just said that
but
every
how
match
do
he
you-
changes tactics.
No,
Is that not?
No,
it's
no,
not
no,
enough
that
that,
is-
that he has
no, no, no,
magic tricks.
But that's the
on
coach
his
who's confused. That's the coach who's
Is
confused.
that not proof that he has many tactics?
That's the coach who's confused. He doesn't know what to do.
And that's a coach who's confused.
Of course.
But
There's
you
no
see,
consistency.
Basicho will sit on Basicho will sit on radio and tell us that in one match, Tuchel and Pep, they went through like
and
they
they did this,
changed
and
the
they did
tactics
this.
like 50 times. If Otto does it, he doesn't know what he's doing. If Pep does it,
One
genius.
second. One second.
If Pep does it,
I beg.
genius.
Coach, over to you.
I beg 1 second.
If Otto does it, he's
One
confused. If Pep does it,
He
genius.
did.
Answer the question. Allow him to answer.
Hey, coach, over to you.
All his tactical prowess, we considered 7 goals in 13 minutes
Yes.
accumulated.
It could have been 15 goals.
So you are
Or
proud
20.
of you are proud of
But
7
the team is
goals.
not good. If the team is not good, then you have a
my
head coach
brother.
who has been able to
That
reduce
is
it.
why the
Whilst getting
tactics
a
we
win
can
at the
look.
World Cup.
I have seen
A win at the World Cup.
with
Okay.
top class.
I
Okay,
think
now listen.
They have also forgotten that we also scored 17 goals
shock.
in 12 matches.
Wait, hang on.
So you are equating conceding 7 in 30 minutes.
Relax. How
to
many
17,
matches?
12
did
matches.
if you catch my 10,
You
actually
listen.
lose.
You-
Alright,
listen,
fair
you
enough.
talk. Listen.
Sicho, your point is
My point
he doesn't
is-
meet the criteria.
He doesn't, to be
Okay,
fair.
Go on.
And that's why I'm saying that.
So you're saying the hiring process.
the hiring process was a problem for me.
Okay.
Because when you put out a
Hey,
criteria.
actually lie.
and then,
I said, yeah, I just Sasambo.
Actually lie. It's okay.
See, I say, when you put out that criteria and you told the whole world that the coaches we are looking for are in the class of Pep, Klopp, Carlo Ancelotti, and all these elite coaches, and you bring us a novice at this level, and that is with the greatest respect to Otto. I'm just saying he's a novice. He's not done this job for.
Coached at the World Cup.
He's still a novice. He went to the World Cup under the circumstance. He's not coached at the highest level before. He went as an interim coach. And then, listen, when he was going to the World Cup, he went as an interim coach. He's still new at this.
Di Matteo won the Champions League as an interim coach. But
yes, he was still a novice at the time he did that. He had never been a head coach at that level.
So I'm saying novices can succeed.
I'm not saying they can't.
Okay.
I'm saying that when you put the criteria you've put out there and you bring somebody of this level there, it doesn't speak well of the association because there was no transparency. Okay. And I have a theory which I believe is true. Okay. My thinking is the FA always wanted to go for Otto, right? So
there's
they
no
put
doubt
out.
They always.
So they put out the criteria that would deter very good coaches from applying, because those very good coaches who are far better than Otto and have done it are maybe winners, have proven whatever on that list. Apart from some of the things that puts the caliber of coach in the lights of Pep, Carlo, and other things, some of those coaches are not going to apply for a job when they know that the criteria is simply above them because of pride. And I'm a typical example. If I see in the newspapers they are advertising a job and they're asking for 30-year experience, and I know that it's my field, I can be good, I'm not throwing the application. I'm not going to sit into a job that I know that halfway through, like, partly, I can't be considered.
So if I get you right, you are saying that the criteria actually, in the end, deterred really good coaches from applying.
So the rumored excuse that came out was that the FA got disappointed in the quality of coaches that had even applied. But why wouldn't you be? Because those who are apply will be most of them will be I don't care coaches.
And not
let me just throw in applications and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because the best and those who believe in themselves and the ability they've got, it's either you are going to headhunt them or they are applying for a job that they certainly meet. And Ghana can't, you see the GFA, we are not stupid. There's no way Ghana can pay a coach who meets that criteria. It's not possible. No, think about it. There's no way Ghana can pay a coach who meets that criteria.
This is a point that helps what you're saying. And this is a fact. The consequence of the criteria gave us mostly applicants well over 70.
Yeah.
And it was evident.
Yeah.
Applications that came in.
Yeah.
Because you're right when you say, when you look at that lofty criteria, the only people that would meet strictly would be old men.
And so they would be applying. And for even most of those old men, I can guarantee you the modern game is run past them.
Exactly.
And so the FA knew it. So the FA played the first one. Then they come up with an excuse that, well, they changed the criteria. Where did they change it? Where is it?
They said they edited it and published it. But I just read this from the FA website. It's not been edited.
Because then it's so unfair.
It's not been reviewed.
Because if you can appoint Otto, it means that many of the coaches in Ghana, if you reviewed that criteria, many of them would have applied and maybe then had a better chance to get a job or an equal chance of getting the job. So this is the process that wasn't transparent. But listen, Otto at his first time, he was doing a part-time job. I never thought he was going to be successful being a part-time coach. And I said it. I was blunt about it. He's not experienced enough. He hasn't mastered his craft enough. He hasn't been his own man enough to juggle, to be between Dortmund, which is a very demanding job. And I say, the job he was doing at Dortmund is one of the most important jobs at Dortmund. So if that job was something that was being done at maybe Nottingham Forest or maybe Luton Town, I'm saying maybe it's not a big deal, because that's not the fundamental module of the club. But the fundamental module of Dortmund was the job Otto and his team was doing. So he had a very important job, very difficult job, very
groom young talent, bring them through to the first team.
It's immense. It's a massive job at Dortmund. Maybe not at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are always going to plug the boys that Otto will groom. Bayern are going to plug them. Mm-hmm. So if you do that job at Bayern, maybe you're not in the same. So for him to have combined that and the Black Star job, I never thought he was going to be successful. And in the end, I wasn't proving wrong because he never really knew how he wanted his team to play. And there was no consistency in how Ghana would line up, how Ghana would play, how Ghana would behave in game situations. He tried to change a few things here and there. It never really did work. That's fine. But now that he's come back to have the job for a full time, a job that he will sleep on, a job that he would dream on, a job that he has no other distraction. He doesn't have to be in Germany to work. He can be in Ghana and work. And he's had an opportunity of picking one of his own assistant coaches, which for me is still not enough. I think.
What do you mean he has an opportunity of picking one of his assistant coaches? The GFA statement says Otto Addo has named his backroom staff.
You don't know.
He has the opportunity of picking one.
You don't know the friendship.
Which one? He picked all.
So I'm telling you here.
Unless he wants that one, I won't back him. He said that he didn't pick some.
No. There's a proper bond between him and John Pencil. Today I will tell you. Otto Addo.
Okay.
You see, the man is laughing. Today, I will use this show
We'll enjoy it.
and I will tell Ghanaians
Okay.
that Otto and John Pencil,
Some way.
it's been like this. Oh.
Right.
So he picked John Pencil.
Why is it wrong?
But they
no,
said
listen,
the every statement
you have
said
to-
he picked his
you have to
back
pick
stuff.
some- you have to pick somebody you trust.
I'm telling
And that's
you
what I'm
that
saying.
It's
Okay.
not one. All of them.
All right. So he picked Dowda, he picked John, he picked.
He did. The
So-
statement says so.
So then he
And
picked
he hasn't said otherwise.
and he picked his backroom staff. Now, like I said, he's got a full-time job. He's picked the backroom staff that have also not got experience, especially John. John has played, he served Ghana really well. I'm happy for him to get in the job. But when you look at what they bring on the table, not to say they won't do well, but Otto is not experienced at this level. He's not. John is not experienced at this level. In fact, the most experienced person amongst them
It's probably
is
fatal.
probably Fatal.
Yeah.
He's been at the national team longer than any of them, maybe, or just as maybe within the same time frame as Otto between the time that he qualified to the World Cup, the playoffs, and then the World Cup. So it's a very inexperienced group that they've put together as managers. But the point is, Ghana is not maybe looking at the early success. Ghana is looking at how they can grow with this team.
Yeah.
Hence, when the last time we saw any coach have 2 years with a
2 years maximum.
yeah, 2 years
That's
maximum. But I also hear that the possibility of extension lies on the coach, not the FA. And if that is true, that's a terrible contract to draft. So it's Otto who would decide to trigger his extension or not. And if that is true, again, then that's a terrible contract to draft.
What I can tell you is that when it comes to Otto's contract,
It was from some place.
yes, my sources tell me that Otto only. So first of all, and putting this on record, Otto did not initially apply for the job.
Yeah.
In fact, the people who were doing the hiring, apparently a member of the committee that was in charge of the hiring process, they got wind that Otto was interested. And it feeds back to the point
They
Sicho
got
made
wind
earlier
from
that they've
Keto
always liked him. They've always preferred him.
The whole setup was to
got
hire
the
him.
win
What-
from Keto
What
Kreko.
happened was they heard that he was interested, but he hadn't applied.
Fent, I
Again,
beg.
he was hesitant to apply because of the
The
lofty criteria.
Yeah,
Fent,
he
Fent,
respects
I beg.
himself. He won't
But
do
when
that.
they
Let me
heard
handle
that-
that.
Just before you continue, I want to affirm that statement. They heard that Otto was interested in the job from Kete Okreku. That must be put on record.
You mean? Oh, okay. I just said that the
Ahem.
committee heard
Heard.
that he was
Keto
interested, but you are
Kreku-
telling me how they heard.
Keto Kreku was the one who called the chairman of the committee after he spoken to Otto, and Otto had told me, I want the job. They said, look, Otto is interested. You people should interview him. Continue.
That's not what I heard. But thank you for your intervention and for your extra knowledge and extra information. So apparently they reached out to him, obviously, and asked him if he was interested. And he said yes. And then they encouraged him and told him, well, if you're interested, obviously we can't just hand the job over to you. There's a process and you need to go through the process. So apply.
Yeah.
Then he put in his application.
And he was great at the interview.
And yeah, thank you.
His
And
knowledge about the team was
in
impeccable.
the interview process, Otto came in with PowerPoint and he.
graphs.
What did the others come with?
Did
Check
the
my-
whole
check my
PowerPoint
portfolio.
presentation.
Friends, what did the others come with?
Vibes. It's not vibes.
Vibes.
Is
Now
he?
you, if Patrice Catron, what is he coming with?
No, are you trying to
friends,
tell
don't
me that?
disrespect Patrice
Otto,
I didn't say.
are you trying to tell me sitting here that,
don't.
It's
that
a bigger, it's a better,
What do you
it's a
mean
more
by what
saying?
accomplished-
I'm
Otto
not-
will
what
give
do you
a
mean by
better
what's he coming
presentation
with?
than Catron.
Friends,
Yes.
What are you talking
What do you
about?
mean?
Actually,
No,
yes.
what do you mean by what?
So there's a
what was
possibility.
Patrice Cat? I want friend to clarify something.
Thank
What did you mean by what is
Thank
Patrice
you.
Cat?
Just take it
coming
back.
with?
Then that's what I was saying. Because
You see, people, they
Just
don't
clarify
listen.
it.
They
What
listen
did-
to react
I'm
instead of
asking
listening
you.
to understand.
No, I'm only asking you to
I
clarify.
said,
Uh-huh.
Otto came and did PowerPoint gymnastics. What did Patrice Catron comes with? Certainly not PowerPoint. So on that score,
You don't know
And
that.
I'm saying
you don't
I
that
know
know
is
that
that
not
for a
true.
fact.
I also know,
PowerPoint is not Patrice Catron's biggest strength.
No,
And
that's
PowerPoint-
not fair.
You
What
see?
if I told you that I've seen the interview?
Look,
You
Say that. If,
Okay,
no,
they want to dare
friends,
you.
don't skirt around the thing. If indeed he came there to just talk and he was underwhelming, state that.
look, you see,
But this
I am
suggestion that
saying,
Easy.
I didn't.
Look,
The
when
suggestion
somebody-
that Patrice Catron's PowerPoint gymnastics was nothing compared to Atto's is accurate, is what I am telling you. If you have contrary facts, bring them.
So you didn't say that. Fence. The bottom line is, like I'm saying, the GFA always wanted Otto. And you said it. Otto didn't apply for the job. There would have been many coaches who would have been interested if they had the opportunity of telling people around the committee that, I want the job, but your criteria says I can't have it, but can I still apply? Many of them would have dropped it, and Otto would have fallen down. But Otto had that priority because he was always wanted by the FA.
So there's an element of favoritism.
I don't have any problem with it.
Because even if they were head-hunting,
they are now telling us.
They
are now telling us that for the fact that Otto could put up a PowerPoint presentation, I teach.
It's poor there.
I teach. I teach every day. I have my PowerPoint that I present. I don't even look at it because they are bulletin. Yeah. For the fact that Otto could put up a PowerPoint presentation, it means he's a top coach.
It's not because of that.
It's not because of that.
Listen.
No, coach.
I'm coming.
The inference will be that.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
This is somebody who has got no coaching experience.
Yes.
He comes
he's
with
got knowledge.
Oh, master.
No, coach, he's got knowledge.
He's got theoretical knowledge. He's
Not
got
necessarily
no
that.
practical
Knowledge
knowledge.
of the team.
That's why you people
Ultimate knowledge of the team that others may not have.
Because see, in the interview, Coach Otto Addo demonstrated that when it comes to the game itself, for his first tenure, he made a very good analysis of his first tenure. The mistakes he made, that he admitted he made, mistakes that had been spoken about in the media, that you, Coach Nimley, had gone on radio and spoken about numerously, that Sicho has said, that Daniel has said.
Which we still see in his first call-up. Tell me what I'm saying.
The first game.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Coach, relax.
We still see in his first call-up.
Let me finish. We don't even know if he made that first call-up.
You see, we should stop these things.
But
we don't know.
But
The FA tells us that he made the call-up. You are sitting here and saying that.
But if
we don't even know he made the call-up. So we have to choose and
because he was named before the call-up was out.
Yes.
24 hours before.
Yeah, that's
we have been told.
And you can't tell me that Otto. You can't tell me that they gave the job to Otto today. And the call-up came yesterday. Otto would have known he was the coach
Sicho,
2 weeks or a week before.
Sicho, I'm coming 1 minute. There's an FA release that said he made the call-up.
Yeah.
Then you want us to say that he didn't make the call-up.
But
So
so
I'm just narrating the background how he
yes.
got the job.
Yeah.
So once after the interview, they shortlisted to a list of I think about 4 or 5 coaches, and in the end they settled on Otto Addo. And the thing that swayed the job in favor of Otto Addo, from what I was told,
he has coached the World Cup at the World Cup before.
yes, that he coached at the World Cup before. That's one. That he's familiar with the team. That's 2. That 3, that he admitted that he made mistakes and demonstrated an ability to fix them by talking about how he sees the team in terms of how he wants to build a new team and everything like that. Demonstrated a really good ability and knowledge of our players as well. Obviously, having benefited from the first thing. So I think in the end, a lot of factors played in his favor, but primarily also because they've always liked him. So it was not hard for him to convince them.
I know, especially for the GFA president.
Yes.
For him, he's not seen any coach as good as Otto before.
I think that point is established. The point for him that the criteria we put out and the coach we have hired are in complete dissonance.
That is fraudulent.
So in that respect, I don't think the GFA have covered themselves.
It's fraud.
Yeah, they haven't.
I don't think they've covered themselves in glory. But I do admit that in every job process, things can change based on availability of certain talent. Even in our industry, you could put an eye on a certain talent because that's the person you want. But then another person suddenly becomes available, and maybe because of personal like or a certain affinity, you can change your mind. So I'm giving them that benefit of the doubt. It happens. It is normal, especially in the job market. This happens.
Fence. Before you continue, you see, for me,
this doesn't
happen. No, I don't even believe that Otto didn't apply for the job and somebody spoke to Otto before Otto said he was interested. I've told you my theory is at the time they gave Houghton the second letter, the GFA from that second
already knew.
Before the criteria came out, everything has been acting. So it wasn't like people applied, they were not happy with those who had applied. They knew those who apply because of the criteria.
So
They
you
were
agree
lining
with
up
me
Otto.
that the people they came to lie to us. That's what you're saying.
But they fly to us. I'm not, no.
Okay.
Because the criteria they brought and the person they brought.
Okay. Fair
Fair
enough.
So finally,
Okay.
you want to finish?
No, I'm done. I wanted to ask him one simple
So
question.
finally,
Yes.
Otto now has the job.
Yes.
Like I've said, it's come full time.
Okay.
So maybe we are going to see things from Otto that we didn't see in the first time because in the first time, he never really had time to pay attention
What would
to
that
the
be?
job.
What would change?
I don't know. Because I don't know his coaching style. I don't know his philosophy. My guess is Dortmund. But he's never handled Dortmund before, coached before. So how can I tell if he can coach like that? So
what? You are just folding your arms and seeing what he can do.
because he has a 2-year contract. So I'm expecting
No,
that
2 years, 8 months. That's 3 years.
3-year contract. So I'm expecting that even the FA, Ghanaian fans would, and that's the thing, the FA needs to communicate why, and we've not seen that.
They've
The FA
shown
needs to
us
start-
gross disrespect.
Yeah, the FA needs
We
to start
don't need any
communicating.
communication from them.
I think
they
they
should
have
do
to.
their
No,
thing.
I
We
think
are
they-
watching.
I think they have to. Yeah, they've lied to us and everything. They brought in Otto.
No, but they don't respect
when you
us.
brought him
Communicate to
in-
who?
When you brought him in and give him the length of contract you've done, you need to now start telling us why he has that length and
They
what
will
the
not do
targets
it.
are. I'm thinking that when they're giving him 3 years, then I'm not expecting him to win the next AFCON. I'm not expecting him to automatically qualify us to the World Cup. If he does, it's a bonus. I'm expecting him to build a team with the young group of players that we've got that will be competitive in the next AFCON, and maybe then in the next World Cup when it's around, we are going in as a Morocco. If that is communication is not made, and we think he's a Christian who has to do well in Cote d'Ivoire, we think it's an Avram Grant who has to go to Cameroon. Was it Cameroon?
No, that was Milo.
Milo has to go to Cameroon and win the tournament. Then we'll have a problem. Because like I say, I don't know what kind of manager Otto is. I don't know what kind of style he will bring on the board. But I have to be patient with the coach who has a 3-year contract. And I wish him all the best.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Is it a good decision, a bad decision, or where do you stand
It's not
on
good.
that decision?
It's not a good decision, but I'm happy to give them the benefit of the doubt. And then see
What do you
how
think
this-
is not a good decision? That's what I want to hear.
Because this is a massive gamble. The chances of this working out are like 20%, simply because there is no body of work that shows that Otto's methods, his values, his coaching principles, and his personality are consistent with the problems that we have. For us to then say that because this has worked in a similar context in the past, we can now logically conclude that there is a good chance of this working because we've seen him do this within this context, and that context and the characters in there are similar to the contexts we have today. So the two situations will be marriable. That is not present. And I don't think even no amount of PR can create that. It doesn't exist. And that's why I think it's a bad appointment.
But gambles have paid off many times.
That's
in the
why I
past.
said that. However, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt
Yes.
that bad decisions tend to work out.
Is it a good gamble?
It's not.
Don't say bad decisions. Say
Bad
gambles.
Bad decisions can work
If
out.
it's a bad decision, it won't work out.
And I agree with the earlier points you make about the recruitment and how sometimes relationships and some of these things can get in the way and change the dynamics. Not everyone will be qualified for every job they will get.
Yeah.
I will admit that because life itself is a bit complicated. However, if you are a beneficiary of circumstances like Otto finds himself in, you have to give your life and make sure that you, at the very least, you give it your best.
It's got a great opportunity.
Right.
No many
At the
coaches
very-
will have it.
So
No.
Otto has to go into this well-prepared and well-provisioned.
In other words, he has to do a Pep Guardiola.
I'm coming.
Because Pep got
So-
that Barca job only because
Of relationships.
Thank you.
So when I say well-prepared and well-provisioned, I'm
And like
confident.
Ogum also got his second stint at Kotoko only because of. I had this
Relationship.
interview where he said he had a job outside, he was going.
and
The great king called him and said, if they've paid you something, I'll pay you.
I said in an
Come back and do your
environment, it's
job.
normal. Globally,
Oh,
it's normal.
Big boy.
So
It's not-
relationships.
it is not normal globally.
So when I say
But
Globally,
why
the-
did they give? Why
the
did Madrid
normality?
give
Listen,
Zidane
I'm
the
coming.
job?
The
Why did
normality.
Barca
Oh,
give him the job?
wait.
Why did they give Ole the job?
Wait.
Nimble,
Why
you
did
let
Ole
me
even get
you let me
the
finish.
Wait, let me land.
But it turned out to
Nimble,
be
you let me
terrible
finish.
decision.
I'm coming.
But
That
he
was
still got it because of
that-
relationship.
wait, let me land.
So he says
Let me
globally,
land.
when
Let
they
me land.
Man United from
Globally-
all around, we know that.
Globally,
Chelsea brought Frank
anybody
Lampard
who
back
has
by
done that
Bali.
globally,
Yeah.
not believing that the person can actually
Yeah,
perform.
it's turned out terrible.
Terrible.
Frank
You-
Lampard,
No,
Frank
no,
Lampard coming
no,
back.
no,
It's
no,
all
no,
over.
You're saying that it's happened before.
Yeah, you're saying
I'm
different.
not
We're
saying
just saying that it's
agree.
happened
You
before.
are saying globally
It's
it
happened
is
before.
normal.
No, that you made the point.
just saying that
about
it's happened
the fact
before.
that yes, and we are saying that
but-
it is
Yes.
actually a global practice where people, especially in sports, more especially in sports,
Maybe
where
not the
people get
acceptable
jobs,
standard.
certainly only because of their relationship
With
with
the
the
entities.
institution.
Like-
but it doesn't make it right.
Like Red Bull.
But I'm saying that they've turned out to
Feds,
be
no,
great. They
Feds,
have
some
Most
of them.
often than not, it's turned out to be
Feds.
bad.
Like Red Bull brought
Oh, how?
Ricardo
how?
back.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
So,
you.
look,
Because he
That's
was
it.
home.
So for me, when I
Yes,
say
Because
that's
of
it.
relationship with Horner and
Look,
Co. Okay.
we can give you 1,000 examples. Pep got that Barca job because he is a former Barca
And
player.
he was doing great.
listen.
He was
And he
doing
was-
great.
and
listen,
that's what
listen,
we're saying.
don't
We're
let
saying
me
that
speak.
it was a gamble.
So
Yes.
Otto in the past has been known to have a certain disposition towards the media, which has not exactly been friendly. I would even say he's shown traits of being paranoid because some of the responses I thought were not consistent with the sense with the situations that got him to respond in the manner that he gave some of those responses. And so that bit needs to be checked. He
For
also needs,
example,
are they
football
So-
is not all about goals and assists.
But that's true.
Let me give one example.
Okay.
Otto said that in Germany, they don't criticize to what they encourage people in Ghana all over radio. We are criticizing, others are insulting. It doesn't grow the game. And it was one of the reasons why some people at the FA said Otto wasn't going to take the job when we knew that he wasn't going to take it because he thought we weren't going to pay him much or he didn't want to risk coming to the Black Stars for that. So Otto has a perception about Ghanaian media being negative, right?
Yeah.
And he struggled. He actually struggled to deal with it when he was here for the interim. Now that he's going to be here for the full time, Otto won't change Ghanaian media. He won't be the one to do it. So he has to learn the culture. He has to know where to
Learn
fit
to handle them.
Yeah, he has to learn to handle them. It's
Yeah.
a Ghanaian
I
culture.
remember-
Ghanaians are very demanding.
Remember the pre-match before the Nigeria game
Yeah.
when a Nigerian journalist went to ask him a
Why is he
question?
sweating plates?
He said, we have very limited time here. So when you get the opportunity, ask sensible
No,
questions.
but to be honest, it was a very foolish question.
What was the
that
question?
I remember very well. So
I remember
it was
the
a very
incident.
silly question.
What's
First
the question?
We were allowed
I'm really-
I think we were allowed about 5
I'm
questions.
really
Then he got up and he asked. Even his colleagues were asking him, Boga,
What kind of
And I
question
think
is this?
they even clap for Otto.
Otto, eh?
Yeah, it was
That
a very
was
foolish
there.
question.
But
But
isn't
you
that about
told
the
me.
fact that he was sweating?
No, it wasn't about
It wasn't that one.
It was that one.
It was
And
that
Otto
one,
said
yeah.
he
I
sweats.
said- I
He
said
said
it's
he
under pressure,
sweats.
so he
Yeah, he
sweats.
sweats so
Otherwise,
much. I remember. It was a.
Oh,
it was a-
yeah.
It was a silly
It
question.
was.
so I think that he
So you said-
The lights
You
had
see-
gone off. Relax. The lights had gone off
Yes.
at the stadium.
Yes.
There was no AC. There was no fan. The man is sweating. You, the person asking the question to you, were sweating. Then you are telling him that is he sweating because his name, and he was giggling. It was a very foolish.
so he needs
So
to
you mentioned something, man management.
Yes.
He needs to deal with that.
His
You also
media
said he needs to-
relations.
his media relations. Uh-huh.
the tax with handling general issues around the team.
Okay.
In the past, some of the things that we were told, especially at the World Cup, was his mistrust of the people he worked with and how information from the team went out.
Mm.
Whether Otuado likes it or not, his relationship with Keto Kweku will not insulate him from people's loyalty and their tendency to give information to the GFA president.
Mm.
And let me explain. The fact that Keto Kweku and Otuado are cool does not mean that if Aminu Shado, for example, the team manager, if they see something that he thinks the FA president
Is he
has,
still the team manager?
He's
Yes.
out there with the team.
they have not communicated to us that there's been a change. So
No, but they
No,
never told
no,
us.
no,
it
no.
Was the
But
team
they
manager
never-
in the first
No, no, no,
place?
no.
but he's still there. He's there with the team.
When Chris Hughton got sacked, all of them got
No,
sacked.
only the technical team. He's not a technical
Only the
man.
He's in
technical
Morocco
team.
with the team.
They said a technical team.
Only the technical team.
His is not a technical
He's not a
position.
technical man.
Okay.
No, I
fair
thought
enough.
they said-
So
okay.
dealing, handling his
With a
relationship
lot of
with the
people.
ones he works with.
Wow.
Yes. Because the things that got
Got
him,
a delicate relationship.
yes, and the things that got him to be paranoid or worried, to be fair, have not gone away. We've not suddenly become better people. The interest that underpinned a lot of the behavior or conducts that we saw pre during the World Cup are still there, have probably become more entrenched now. So he needs to introduce a bit of tact. And he also has to hit the ground running. Because I've said this. He has a 3-year contract. He has a 3-year contract. He has a grace period
the
of
ground
1.
running. I don't think it necessarily means he has to start winning.
No.
He
No,
has
I'm
to show
looking at-
signs.
He has to, yes.
No, I mean,
So let me explain that.
But
He has
who
a
told
grace.
you? Who told you we will accept?
So let me explain that.
Not qualifying to the
He has
next
a grace
World Cup?
period of
Relax,
1.
coach.
Who
We'll
will
come
accept
to
that?
He has a
We'll
grace
come to
period of 1 year.
What?
Everything he does in the second year will determine whether or not he would enter the third year.
So the first year,
Right. And when I say he has to hit the ground running, it's
not
not
only
only in the
football
context of the Black Stars job.
Yeah.
Otuado is old. He's old. If you compare him to the
How
average,
is he old?
so I'm coming to, if you compare him to the average age of the modern coaches who are doing well today, a lot of them started 10, 12 years before Otuado started. Think of all of the good coaches that you can think of today. Most of them started shortly after 30. Maximum 35, 36. That's when they got their first job. In fact, I think Nagelsmann started when he was 28.
Oh, yeah, small boy.
Why
Don't use Nagelsmann.
No, I'm just saying.
Use
just one of
Ateta,
those.
Ateta.
But generally,
Fair, I don't think that is accurate though. Because
How?
Otto, how old is Otto now?
Otto is
48.
48.
Yeah,
He's
now
2 years
50
away from
years.
the
Hold on.
Yeah.
And we established that he had been coaching since 2010.
He hasn't been
No,
coaching at the highest
Friends,
level.
stop that thing.
Stop it.
Friends,
Oh,
that's
stop
why I'm
that
saying
thing.
that when they had their first elite coaching job,
Stop that thing.
Okay.
Friends, even if
no,
it
you
was
didn't say
The
that.
examples you are giving are you
Friends.
can't use Arteta.
then
whose
again,
first elite
this is
job-
my narrative. You won't tell my story
When you-
better than
no,
me.
relax.
It's
No,
not-
it's
no,
not.
again,
It's
no,
first
you
elite
won't-
job.
When
you
you are doing
won't-
comparisons, you don't use
So let me
extremes. You use
explain-
averages.
wait, let me
That's why
explain-
you don't comparison.
I want to say
You don't
something.
do
You guys-
comparison.
Is it Ateta's first elite job was where?
Straight after playing, he went to Man City assistant.
Yes.
And then Arsenal.
Yes.
Yes, that's an
That's what-
extreme. That's not
How
an
is that
average.
extreme?
Charlie.
Tell us how old
It's not
Ateta
average
was.
and peak. It's not average
Tell us
and
how old
Alright.
But
Ateta
the
was.
others,
No,
yeah, Vincent
Sicho,
Company went to
Sicho,
Burnley.
you need to
Otto
hold-
could have gone to Bundesliga 2, Bundesliga 3.
And start
Handle
coaching
a club. Handle a club for
That
3
is the
years.
point. Oh, that is the
Go to
point.
Bundesliga
Hold
2.
on,
Bundesliga.
hold on.
Wait, you are Dortmund as under.
Relax.
No.
The question is,
Just to end this, how many of the top coaches we see today, who would say perhaps are fit to coach the Black Stars, started coaching at age 48, had their first substantive job at age 48
What's
or
he that?
45? Drop it down to even 45. Give me one name of the top coaches that you think are fit to coach the Black Stars today.
So no
Had
Bundesliga
their
2 team want to pick
had their
Dortmund.
first
None of them want
substantive
good
coach.
coaches.
And we're not even talking about
What is
elite
he?
ranks. So first substantive coaching job at any level at 48, 45. Give me one name today.
So okay,
the
so
point
your
is
point
that
is that
time no
anything
day for
hold on,
him.
your point is that anything else he has done before that in the area of coaching
It's not elite.
is not elite.
What I
So-
said is not even ambiguous.
It's
Okay.
clear.
It's not even
Why
a-
ask
So,
that
okay,
question?
so then
So-
okay, no, it's
So
fine.
he also,
So if
in
you-
fact, for me, I think that Otto himself is
So-
an extension of a problem with Ghanaian ex-pros and the coaching options we've had, which I've not been very comfortable with. I thought that after the World Cup, knowing the ambition he had, Otto probably should have left Dortmund and gone to test himself for 2 or 3 years.
I have a question for you.
Around that time, just let me finish with this one,
Yes,
and then I'll
okay.
take the question.
Okay.
If that had happened, he then would have built a certain capacity. Of course, he wasn't going to get or acquire the experience required to coach the Black Stars in that 2 years, but he would have walked into this job better prepared and with a better appreciation of where he is in terms of his coaching principles in relation to the results
fair.
and which context.
That's
and
fair.
this issue, if you go through his backroom stuff, John Paintil is there. Based on what coaching experience is John Paintil there? What principles does John Paintil represent
That aligns with
that
Otto's.
aligns with Otto's?
I will show you
I
where
have
the
a
Right,
question.
because you cannot hire someone who is from the Mourinho school of thought to come and assist Pep Guardiola. The dissonance there makes me uncomfortable, and it's not just with John Paintil and Otuado. If you look through the Black Stars in the modern era, our ex-pros have a certain sense of entitlement that once they get their coaching badges, they can go and see to him, and when the Black Stars coach becomes available, they will throw their hat in the ring. Even Kwesi Appiah, when he first got around the job, it was the same thing. Right? Which significant experience had he acquired? Bring it down to, in fact, in the modern era, of all the Ghanaian coaches who have come around the team, you would perhaps say that apart from Kwesi Appiah's second coming, only Maxwell Konedu had a body of work that you could look at and
Or
say,
even for Kwesi, he had been assistant, for
yeah, but
the Black
in
Stars
the
for a
context of
period.
substantive coaches, because it's the same issue that I've had with Otto Addo.
Here's my problem with you, though, and that's where my question was. Here you are, literally discarding Otto Addo's credentials because he hasn't coached at the top level, and now you're saying that he started really late comparatively.
Is that not a fact?
Hold on. And I'm saying that you mentioned Arteta.
No, Danny mentioned
Yeah,
Arteta
you mentioned
as an
Arteta.
example.
So
What I'm
we have a quick question. Arteta went straight from Arsenal retirement or football retirement to being Pep Guardiola's assistant.
two.
Yes,
Okay. And then from there, he got the Arsenal job.
yes.
Do you think that right after Otto had retired, if they brought him to come and coach the Blasters, would you have been willing to give him a chance?
No.
But
I wouldn't.
So,
but Fence,
no, hold on.
Fence,
So you see,
explain the scenarios too.
so no,
But what I'm
Let's
saying-
establish
Let-
that the
Yeah,
two conditions are the same.
no, he knows
For
what
the-
happened.
no.
So he's responding.
No.
So let me.
I want us to establish that the two circumstances are the
no,
same
you see,
before the
I'm
question
saying
becomes
that-
valid.
No, yes, no. The question is valid because
What led to
it circles back to a point that we made earlier
Uh-huh.
about people getting jobs only because of relationships, big gambles. Okay.
No,
we gave
it's
hold
not.
on.
It's
We
not.
gave
That's-
the Pep
that's an
example. No, we
assumption.
gave the Pep example.
You're assuming
the Zidane
first.
example, even the Arteta example. The only reason he would have gotten that Arsenal job is because he was an ex-Arsenal player. If Arteta had
That's
played,
not the only reason.
Edu
Fence.
actually said that
Fence.
he completely
Let me answer the
dazzled
question.
in
Let's
the
see. Can I?
interview
Can I?
with a detailed presentation
Thank
on
you.
how he was going to take Arsenal from where they were in turmoil
next
to the next level. Same as Otto Addo. Will you have given Otto Addo
A
straight
chance.
after retirement?
if he came to do the same,
But then Arteta get a job straight after retirement.
So let me. That's why.
That's his first elite job.
That's
No,
why-
his
that's why
first
I'm
elite job
telling
was
you.
City assistant coach.
Let me
That is
answer
an
the
elite
question.
job. Don't make a
Let
mistake.
me answer the question.
You were telling me Zizou's first
you
elite job
allow
at
me-
Real Madrid was the
Sisu,
Champions League season.
allow me to
No,
answer
he
the
had
question.
won the Champions League with Carlo as his number two. That is an elite job.
Sisu,
Be number
let me
two.
answer
It's
the
elite.
question.
Oh.
Make no mistake.
Carlos
At an
Queiroz.
elite. What are you
Carlos
saying?
Queiroz.
Carlos Queiroz
Carlos
from
Queiroz from Man United.
He left
He left
Real
United
Madrid.
straight to
First
Real
coach.
Madrid.
Yes. What
You
are you saying?
regret answering
Why you
it.
number two?
You regret
Straight to
asking
Real
this.
Madrid.
Fair.
Now let me answer you. The two scenarios are not even the same. So
At all.
the question is flawed.
okay,
Yes.
fine.
No, let
Fine.
me answer the question first.
You
So
said
two
it's
years.
flawed. Right?
No,
So
no,
two
no,
years.
Flawed
no.
the question.
So
Allow
let
me
me
to flawed
prove
the
to you
question.
why the question is flawed.
Allow me to flawed the question.
Fence.
It's okay. It's
Fence.
okay.
But
Straight
let me
away,
prove to you
why-
that the 19 coach
Can
as
you
the
compare?
Bundesliga
Can
side
you
is not
compare?
Let me prove to you why that question is
Can you
flawed.
compare
You are
2
saying
years
that an assistant
as a
coach-
Manchester and Manchester City assistant coach? Can you
and a
compare
19
to a
hamburger.
trainer scout?
Okay,
Fence.
okay.
And the
here's
90
the-
hamburgers.
no, here's the-
You allow
here's
me
the
to
general
answer the question.
What would you prefer?
So let me answer the question.
What would you prefer? Being a head coach at under 19, where you could implement your own ideas, or being an assistant
To Man City.
to Man City?
I
Man
prefer
City.
the Man
So
City
that's-
one.
Man City.
I'm telling you the
Martin
question
and
is wrong.
Guardiola.
What are you
You don't have the
saying?
full
Okay,
facts
no,
of the
no,
What are you
case.
saying?
Friends,
It's okay.
You don't have the full facts of the case.
But the 90
Did you know, for
year.
example,
That-
that Mauricio Pochettino, when at Spurs, wanted Arteta, even after he left, wanted to work with Mikel Arteta. This is a guy who was considered to be an outlier, exceptionally intelligent, and had demonstrated the capacity to build a
As a
project
leader,
like the
I
one
don't
he
think
had.
Pep Guardiola will just go for anybody at all as his
There's
assistant.
not a
Fence.
single soul in this room that can tell me that from the Ghanaian coaching context, the context of Ghanaian coaches,
Yeah.
Otto Addo is a big outlier. How many Ghanaian coaches are coaching?
Based
Akwesi
on
Appiah
what?
is better than
Fence.
him.
Oh, wow.
Fence.
Siki Akono is
Okay,
better than
okay,
him.
okay.
Akwesi Appiah is
What are you
better.
talking about? I can mention so
Fence.
many
I have a
Ghanaians.
question.
Matthew
Fence, you're
Fadu is
not being
better than
flexible.
him.
Coach,
Fence.
I have a
What are you
question.
talking
You're not
about?
being
No, no,
flexible.
no.
You're not allowing me to answer the questions
You
you've
know,
asked me.
you said my question is flawed, so
No,
no
you're
answer.
not, but you're not allowing me to respond
you
to that.
coach Dimi, I have a question for you.
You only
ahead.
want
Do you
to
think-
answer
do you-
that
no,
you like.
question.
You will let him come.
Do you think you said who is better than
Akwesi is better than him.
Akwesi Appiah is
Max
better.
Okonedo is better than him.
Max Okonedo is better.
CK.
CK is better
Yes,
than
at least.
Question.
CK coach Kotoko.
Okay,
We saw
fair
it.
enough. Fair enough. Would Dortmund hire CK or Akwesi Appiah to do the job?
But Dortmund didn't hire Otto Addo. He's there as a training scout developer. Dortmund
Fence.
will hire anybody.
Fence,
What are you
Fence,
talking
Fence,
about?
Fence.
What are you talking
Fair
about?
enough.
Fence.
What kind of special skill set does it take to work as an editor? What kind of special skill set does it take to work
Fence,
as
the
an
question you
editor?
asked is so
And those
unfair.
boys are Dortmund.
The question you asked
What
is so
kind of
unfair.
special
No, let me
It's
tell
not
you.
fair.
What did you say? What did you say?
To
What are you
work
talking
as
about?
a... as
And
a-
those boys are Dortmund.
Okay,
What are
I've
you
lost
talking
control
about?
here.
Then,
So, actually,
What about Ibrahim
actually-
Tanko's experience at
No
Cameroon?
problem.
Does it
Actually,
count?
Thank you.
Does it
Ibrahim
count?
Tanko was an assistant to the
actually-
AFCON final. Does it count?
Does it count?
Of
Yes,
course,
it
And
counts.
Cameroon.
No, it counts.
Does it count?
Yes.
Yeah, so if that
But you are here saying that none of the coaches in Ghana
Ghana
here
here.
will get that Dortmund job.
What are you talking about?
Based on what?
But
You said he's an outlier. That is to say,
That's
if
a
only-
specific question.
you said he's an outlier.
That's in coach
Friends,
specific
don't
question. I
lie.
never said
Friends,
they would get.
You
I
said
said if they
you said
would.
who was?
Of course.
And
You
you
are
said
saying
that
the
one.
women.
Let's move on.
Friends, you are being disingenuous. When
Ah,
you say
see, he
who
has
else
a
will
very
get it,
specific
it is
question.
born out
It's
of
a-
your belief that
you
you
think
genuinely
Otto
believe
is
nobody
the-
will get it.
Of
You
course.
genuinely believe
No. Actually,
no
that's
one
not it.
matches up to you.
Actually, that's not it. Actually, that's not it.
So tell me.
The question, the underpinning philosophy
You said
behind my
which
question.
You said he
Ghanaian
was
coach?
an outlier.
No.
Your question was
You said he was
Yes,
an
he's an
outlier.
outlier.
Ghanaian
Which Ghanaian
I'm
coach
telling
will
you
get that
that.
job?
No, I'm telling you that even the coaches that coach has mentioned
Dortmund job.
and
That's
said
the
that they
question.
are better than
But look at that
I'm
Dortmund job. What
saying
is
that
that job? That
he may
Dortmund-
claim they are better,
Yeah.
but they are not universally better because Otto has a job that they probably wouldn't get. And
Because
it's a
they are
fact.
maybe they are not
And
good
it's a
developers.
fact.
No, thank you. It's not a fact. Wait. Guys, hang on. Thank you. The job the guy
So,
was
everybody.
the
You're
job the guy was
overstating that
doing.
Dortmund job.
The job the guy was doing at Dortmund.
You really
is a
are
specialist
overstating that
job.
Dortmund job.
Yes.
That mean Otto is a better coach than them. Now the job being given to Otto is a senior, it's an elite level coach job where he will oversee everything the Black Stars from top to down. When Otto was at Dortmund, he wasn't overseeing everything at the club from top to down. So it's a different thing. My point is simple. Otto and Kani Pepe Mua, he is our under 20 or under 17 coach in Ghana.
Exactly.
Because that is what he's done his whole life.
Exactly.
And the next the Hamburger,
Let me
Dortmund,
finish.
and that is
Let me
Pepe
finish and
Mua.
then you move on. We knew Kurtz likes Otto.
Yes.
What I did not expect was the paycheck. Because if you look through the last coach who took Ghana to the AFCON final, how much was he on? $50,000. In fact, that figure is the most we've paid any Black Stars coach in the last 10 years. Right?
Yes.
If you stretch it back, I don't think we've paid any coach even beyond $50,000.
Yeah, I can't remember. Now that I can remember, I don't know if anybody.
And those
remembers.
coaches have been coaches whose body of work has really
They've been
even
elite
for
at times.
yeah.
So therefore,
But Otto,
we are overpaying.
with no body of work, we have somehow decided that we are paying him more than Kwesi Appiah was taking in 2019, more than Milo, more than CK, more than all of those.
Chris, they only serious. The fact that Chris could sit in here and take 25 or something from Ghana, I shocked for him.
Whoever negotiated on his behalf,
I'm not shocked for him. He's not in level.
Them
Daniel.
folks.
In level.
Premier League
Daniel.
experienced coach.
Listen,
Premier League sack.
say something for Otto because Charlie.
It's not even
the thing they have
it's
done
not even
was
about saying something for Otto.
saying the truth.
Some of the things that the killers are saying, Charlie,
Things like what?
it really they trouble me.
Things like
I
what?
beg, make it talk.
No. Some of the things the boys are saying, look, very, very unfair and flat, and some of them are just very disrespectful.
I agree.
Sito made a point that, is Otto trying to tell us that all the years he couldn't just go and take some, no German Bundesliga 2 team could go and take Otto.
It's a genuine question.
It's not a, you see,
What's wrong with it?
last year.
He didn't put in.
Relax.
Wait. No, wait.
Oh,
I'm asking you a
You
question.
say what's wrong with
me-
it? Let him continue.
He didn't put in any application anywhere to any
It's
German
not
German
you that
team.
has to teach him where to start his coaching career.
He knows his
Why
level.
you want our team?
It's not Chris knows his level.
If
Go,
Bogali
go.
finish, I make her know.
Go on, I finish, boss.
Okay, go
Boss,
on.
I finish, boss.
But you that team for stop who?
I finish, boss. I finish.
Okay. 2023
Yes.
was the first time in German football history that they got a black coach, a black head coach in any of their first 2 divisions in CB. Like it has not happened before. We know the story in England.
Yes.
We know the story in Spain.
Yes.
We know the story even in France. In fact, the percentage of the ratio of black players to white players in France in the French league, it's like it's
1 billion
like
to
1
1.
billion to 1. Yet when they all finish their career,
You know what?
don't talk
No,
to
I
me.
want to show you something on your chat. That is the reason why I love you. I love you because of the statement you just made. That is why Otto should have never told us that our job was not attractive for him to come to Ghana.
You and Gasa, your personality, you are not
You,
attractive.
your person, you
You
are
are
not
not
attractive
attractive.
there.
He didn't tell you
You're
the
not
job was not
attractive.
Daniel,
attractive.
go
He
on.
said it.
You and Gasa, you are not attractive, but
didn't say
somebody's
that.
job is not attractive.
Behave.
Otto fine pass you. He's more attractive than
Look
you,
here.
fucking guy.
Look,
See,
Oh God.
actually the ball me.
Okay,
Actually the ball me right as to the ball. You let me land. We know the story around. Look at what happened to Kolo-Toure. Look at what happened to Darren Moore.
What has happened to Kolo-Toure?
Oh, Kolo-Toure left His first job, 28 days.
Yes, they sacked him. Why? They didn't sack coaches.
Now what's make them no sack?
28 days, they sack him.
If you shall make them no sack.
I'm not happy to call it to you.
Daniel is making a.
If they chop last,
I
making
forgot
a
it.
point.
I
if
forgot
they
it.
chop
What
last,
saying,
make them no sack.
The point is,
I threw back your own expression.
but when Rooney, they don't sack when Rooney.
the guy be
You have to play ball pass when Rooney. They don't sack when Rooney.
who that?
You have to play ball pass when Rooney.
No be Atu at the top.
Kolo.
It be Kolo at the top.
Kolo. They don't sack when Rooney. Kolo play ball pass when Rooney.
Rooney own, it be habitual. This Rooney is an habitual failure. Rooney own.
Just a back-to-back failure.
So Neville then sack him.
Rooney own.
Guy Neville then sack him. Then sack Kolo and they make noise. Go on.
Guy Neville, you will not catch 20. Go on. Point is,
Yeah.
this matter that I'm saying,
It is difficult for them to find a job
It's very
out there.
difficult, and we know, we understand this thing. So let's not do like it's there for like.
Fair point,
Why
fair
can't he just go and pick it? We know how it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's
Very
talk
fair
about
point, very fair
Otuado.
point.
Again, when you are making comparisons and you want to be fair, you don't use extreme examples. You use averages. If I'm going to say some Ghana Premier League striker be he has shined because Messi is better than him, it's a very stupid comparison to make.
It is.
Because Messi is better than
It's
him.
very unfair.
Messi is an extreme.
Yeah.
Yes. So you use averages. You don't go and find an extreme somewhere and come and use it and use
Who
it
used
as
that
an
extreme?
example. The extreme is Mikel Arteta.
No, that was by the way.
But you mentioned Arteta.
You are the one who mentioned
You are the one who mentioned
No, he
Arteta.
mentioned it in a different context.
I mentioned
No,
it. Then you
But-
pick
then
the
you-
change.
Nobody even mentioned Arteta in the conversation.
You didn't go bring Arteta.
I'm
I
saying
didn't mention
that
Arteta.
you mentioned Arteta
No, now you
in a
are
different
twisting my words.
context.
What I said was
You
that
don't need to explain again.
You
heard
are-
what you
because-
said. We heard what you said. You don't need to explain again.
DK, you're making a point about the disrespect for Otto,
Yeah.
and then you spoke about the fact that he had a rare job
Yes.
in an industry where people of his color
Yes.
find it extremely difficult.
Extremely difficult. And just to show you how good Otto was at the job.
Yes.
First time we tried to go for him in 2021, Dortmund were very reluctant.
Yes.
Second time again, after the World Cup,
Yes.
they said they won't allow.
Yes.
We had to go and beg and they said, okay, fine. If you want him, then take him on part-time basis.
Yes.
Even this one,
Yes.
they said they were not going to release him now.
Yes.
They'll allow him to come and do the international break. He will finish till the end of the season before they let him go.
Yes.
If you read the statement from Sebastian Kehl,
Yes.
the sporting director,
Yes.
then you understand why and how much they value Otuado.
Yes.
Do you think somebody of his color will just get such a top job, such an important job just because he's Otuado?
So Ghana under 20, quick.
He's very Oga.
That is his job. That's the
modern
job
day
he's done.
Look, modern day football has taught, and you would have mentioned so many names for us to understand that, Charlie, where the thing has reached, this criteria 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, elite level, if you are good, you are good. Let's go back to his first stint. And why I say you people are being very unfair. He lost 4 matches.
Yes.
Japan, Uruguay, Brazil, Portugal, all top 20 in the world.
That's right.
All of them top 20 in the world. He beat everybody who was under him or draw. Qualified us for a World Cup.
Yeah.
Won our first match in a World Cup since 2010. 2014, we didn't win a match.
Yes.
Last Pepe, we didn't qualify for 2018. He qualified us for 2022. Look, there's something called football heritage. People are too known. And the person who is too known cry is coach. You in your lifetime, no. You have seen fewer World Cups with Ghana inside than with World Cups in Ghana. Me, my whole life, I've seen 7 World Cups. 4, Ghana have been inside. 3, Ghana have not been inside.
Yes.
2 of those World Cups, Ghana have qualified from group stages. 2, we've not qualified from group stages. So what will give me the moral right and true knownness to come and sit there and say the next one, we are supposed to. We were in a group with Uruguay, Portugal, and South Korea.
Tough.
In terms of FIFA rankings, that was the toughest group at the World Cup.
Yes.
You finished with 3 points. You lost out slim margins
Yes.
on the last day. Then you are telling me that his first stint, how was that first stint poor? Like how? How do you look at that first stint and tell me it is poor?
They didn't even expect.
Wait, how do you look at it and call it success?
Because
I
Ghana did not expect to qualify for the World Cup after the AFCON we had.
I didn't
Whoa.
say it was successful.
What?
I didn't say it was
fairness,
successful, but I
don't
would not
think that
call it
Ghanaians
poor.
expected the Black Stars
So it was
to
good.
beat Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup, especially after the kind of AFCON we had.
We came off our worst ever AFCON.
Yeah, but when Ghana plays Nigeria and you qualify,
Boga,
it's Nigeria.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You remember the reality
Don't
and
do
the,
that.
and the atmosphere and the feeling at the time.
Don't see.
It was at an all-time low. We did not
listen,
expect to
you
beat
are-
Nigeria.
Listen,
one.
credit
Now
to
you are being
qualifying us
indisciplined.
there.
Now you are being indisciplined.
What is credit to him? The worst ever AFCON participation. Last Pepe failed to win a single match in a group of Comoros and Gabon. You couldn't even win one match.
That's right.
Then you come out and it's like you expected to beat Nigeria. You didn't expect to. Relax. Beating Nigeria in that two-leg playoff is a huge achievement.
Qualifying against them,
Yes,
but we didn't
we
beat
qualified.
them.
We beat them. But this is football.
We beat them to qualify
No.
as the full face.
If you win on away goals,
Technically,
what's
we
the goal?
didn't beat them. We
Master, you are
qualified.
doing this thing you are doing. No.
It's not fair. Keep
No, but
quiet
you know.
over there.
Me personally, me consistency is key. You understand? It is no secret that me, I like Otto.
Yes.
If I had a chance, Otto would not leave the first time.
Yes.
Because for me, he was doing something. I saw signs of progress.
That's right.
I saw signs of somebody who could identify problems, attention to detail.
Yes.
He was fixing issues. Look, when you are building a house, you don't just start from the roof. You don't start seeing the results from.
No.
Look at the current group of players that we have.
Yes.
Salisu,
Yes.
Otto Addo, Tariq Lamptey, Otto Addo,
Yes.
Dennis Odoi, Otto Addo, Iñaki Williams, Otto Addo. All these boys started playing for Black Stars when Otto Addo came in. And they didn't just come. You were laughing, but when you start, so they were all laugh, you will not finish. All these boys started playing for Ghana when Otto Addo came. Straight after AFCON 2021, we had a serious problem at right back. In fact, GFA president told us that if we have Messi and Ronaldo, in response to the Philemon Barford, if you have Messi and Ronaldo, you should go and bring him and come and play. All we knew was we had only Andy Addo.
But you were starting nonsense.
The other right back spot, whoever they
Even went to bring House of Hope captain.
House of Hope captain
Took him to empty stadium in South Africa.
He was afraid. 2 months later, we had Tariq Lamptey and Dennis Odoi. There was no place for your friend Zempu.
Yes.
And
And guess what?
A couple months later,
Alidu.
Seydou. Solid. That place is sorted now. Sorted.
But
it
so,
was
wait,
under
wait.
Otto Addo
I
that we
want
saw
to get
proper
this clarity.
competition.
No, he said
There is
something.
clarity, please.
What's the clarity?
Daniel, go on.
It was under Otto Addo.
Whatever clarity you see.
It was under
it is
Otto
clear.
Addo that we saw proper competition at the left back
No,
spot.
no, Danny, please, just a second. Like you're saying that those players were not there, but when Otto got the job, they became visible. Like they were
It's not
nowhere
they
near.
became visible.
He
It
found
was
so-
the,
no,
it
he's
was
saying
it
that
didn't
also
find
found
solution.
solutions
It
to
was
the problem.
coaches who were being honest. The FA and the coaches were not calling the right players. Alidu has always been there. Odoi has always been there. Tariq Lamptey has always been there.
So why do you think that-
Salisu wasn't a matter of Otto. It was Ketu took a play too. We didn't we see it?
Wait.
Are you crediting Salisu come to the Black Stars to Otto?
Wait.
What are you saying?
Is it
These players have been Ghanaian
Is
since.
this selection part of the coaching job?
No, it is. Wait, so don't
the
make it.
players have always been there,
no.
and coaches have
Oh,
consistently
he's telling you some of the players
you mentioned
were not even available.
What I'm saying that some of the players
comes and his
some of the players you mentioned,
Were not
some of
even
the players you
available.
mentioned are not switched their allegiance at the time.
no.
It is true.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
but
They
no,
didn't play
no,
for
you
Ghana
see.
because of Otto. They were, and Inyaki's allegiance hadn't been switched before Otto came. He came in it coincided with Otto's coming. Same with Tariq.
Qualify for
He
the
didn't
After we qualified for the World Cup.
Otto was spoken to.
So,
Yes.
but so you are saying that
Yes.
there was there was an attraction to the Black Stars that got those players to switch their allegiance other than Otto.
Yes.
And which was the World Cup?
Yes.
And who qualified us?
No.
You see, that is the
It's
system.
not easy. It's not easy.
We are so
Checkmate.
disingenuous
Stop that.
when we keep saying Otto
Stop that.
qualified us to the
So
World
you're
Cup.
crediting those players
What
coming
is
to
that?
Ghana for
Don't
Otto.
do that.
Charlie, stop that.
You Daniel finish.
Don't do that.
You're crediting that to Otto.
Oh yes, I'll credit it to him.
Okay, all the best. Go
I'll
on.
credit to him.
Good luck. Go on.
Now players who are giving their debuts under head coach, people are saying Ten Hag is the one who made your friends say Menu and go. It's not true. It's not the one who gave them that.
Go on.
If I'm the one who gives your debut, I'm not the one who brought it.
Okay.
Boga, don't do that.
So
On a more serious note,
So no, he found solutions to problematic areas in the Black
problematic
Stars.
areas in the
That's
Black
right.
Stars. We went to the World Cup. Look, and I'm saying, look, you can't compare Otto's stint with some of the people that we've seen in there. Otto has shown ability to fix problems. Tactical genius during his time. Obviously, he has made mistakes, and you expect him to make mistakes because
it's
he's
good I wasn't
admitted that
sitting
man-
there.
No. See,
It's good I wasn't sitting there.
see, Oh yeah, to me. That changing of three back from the fair. Anybody who watched that game against Nigeria and saw the difference between the first half and the second half.
Every coach will do it.
Danny K. Fence.
If every coach will do it, if every coach will do
Every coach will do it.
if every coach will do that thing, then don't talk about any coach again.
See,
If every coach
Otuado's
will do
inability
that
to
thing,
find solutions nearly cost me my life inside the Ghana South Korea match.
And they should have-
I nearly had a heart attack.
Yeah, you
Ask
should have-
Gary.
for somebody to get that job at Dortmund and keep that job at Dortmund, and for Dortmund is so reluctant to let him go, it's already telling us how good the person is. He came to Ghana, 2 weeks or 3 weeks of preparation, and he gave us that victory that qualified us to the World Cup. Then during the time, we lost to 4 teams. Only 4 teams beat us during that period. And all those teams were top 20 teams in FIFA rankings, elite teams.
Yeah.
And that was against a team that was basically now in a rebuild. Otuado was now building the team. So me, I will not fault him for that. When you even go into the details of those games, look at how we lost the Portugal game. Look at how we lost the South Korea game.
No,
Those
we
were
won South Korea.
Yeah,
Uruguay.
the Uruguay game.
Yeah.
Those were close, slim margins.
No, they were not. They were
Yeah,
coaching. They were poor
slim-
coaching.
There were
There
no
were
coaching.
slim margins. There are a number of factors that can contribute to a defeat. From my point of view, the coaching aspect wasn't as serious as some of the other factors. So me, that's my own.
Yes.
You can say yours is
Vim,
coaching.
Vim,
Yeah,
Vim.
me, my own.
Vim.
Yes.
The majority of the matters wasn't coaching.
Vim.
So I'm happy Otto is back. Look, when you look at the likes of Arteta, you look at you are even remove Guardiola. You look at Xabi Alonso.
Yes.
All these guys who are finished and they basically gone through the same training as Otto. All of them UEFA license A.
Yes.
They finish
And
pro. Finish, get a job. What is done to them? Their teams allow them. They create an enabling environment and allow them to be able to build and imbibe their philosophy into the team.
And make mistakes.
You don't expect Otuado 10 months in the, it wasn't even 10 months, from March to September, March to December.
Yes.
Yeah, that was 10 months. You don't expect him in 10 months, 10 very critical months, because that was 10 months in preparation for a World Cup. During that period, we played only 4 friendly games. Those friendly games were directly in preparation for a World Cup. It wasn't now he was going to be doing trial and error. He had to get a team ready to be able to compete at the World Cup. That is completely different from allowing him time to build. It is those 10 months. No, you are not now come to do trial and error. I come to try this player. You are setting your team up so that when you go to the World Cup, you'll be able to compete. I don't expect to see some grandiose style of play or some killer philosophy. At that point, what we want to see is proper results that will take the team to the World Cup and probably help us go and compete. So I didn't expect Otuado to be able to properly imbibe his philosophy during that time.
That's fair.
Now you've given him a 3-year contract. You talk about, does he have a philosophy that aligns with Ghana? If you have read the DNA book,
Yes.
if you have read it, and I'm giving the GFA the benefit of the doubt, you will not spend 3 years writing this book if you have no intention of trying to implement it. And in fact, to give them, not even the benefit, what we've seen with them do with the under-20s, the philosophy of Desmond Ofe and what we are seeing the Black Satellites do. When he was giving the who were talking, now we are seeing
Even after the first game.
Even after the first game,
They say, hey, this is the one who teach our coaches.
and now
Of
they
course,
are
they
all
were so
quiet.
unfair because they played
They are-
well. They just didn't win.
Now they are all quiet. Point is, sometimes
Yes.
when somebody shows promise, what you can do, just create the enabling environment
That's all.
and give them time. My point, you see, if Otuado was like the worst manager to ever coach Ghana in the last period, and then you say that, why are you giving him a second? I don't understand. But look at what he did. Look at his winning percentage. Look at the games he played
33% or so.
against the opposition that he played.
47.
Against the opposition he played during that time. And then properly judge him. It's not just 1 + 1 is 2. Look, me, when I attack him, I say sack him, I still maintain. The thing that he would have used 5 years to do, an experienced manager could have used 3 or 2.5 years to do. But what that period taught me, and in fact, some senior coach called me, senior manager,
That's right.
and he mentioned something to me. And I admit, because on hindsight, when I look at it, he was right. When you come in and you are young, your first job, it will take time for us to even see your philosophy.
Yeah.
Let me give you an typical example. When Arteta came, Addo told us in that when he was hired, the interview he gave, that Arteta represented what Arsenal wanted to do. He was an attacking style manager. The second half of the season, Arteta didn't play anything close to attacking football.
That's right.
In the FA Cup, he was very pragmatic. Low block, defense, counter. Sometimes they'll pack pass, passer. We're not seeing it.
Yeah.
That was Arteta taking the job in the middle of a season. He didn't have preseason. He didn't have time to now start teaching players philosophy. He finished teaching them philosophy and they go out to Africa and they get relegated. You sack him. So he had to get the job done.
Yeah.
In the summer, he didn't get the full complement of players to be able to do that job. So then he had to continue that pragmatism. By his second full season, when he brought in Partey, when he brought in the boys,
Yes.
we started seeing it. And then in seeing it, it started producing results. Sometimes that's how these things work. Otto Addo, you can't judge Otto Addo's first 10 months on what is his philosophy, what is his deal.
That's actually not enough time.
It's not enough time. And
Honestly.
I'm saying, look, nobody who does not share the ideology of Borussia Dortmund will have such a critical job as Otto Addo. Nobody will have that job if he doesn't share the philosophy. And if you know Dortmund's philosophy and you have read the GFA's DNA book, you know
Very
they are,
similar.
they are very similar. You know, in fact, there's a German who wrote it in book.
Yes.
You know they are very aligned.
Yes.
So then, Otto
I say
Addo-
you've read the DNA or something.
Oh, I've read it. I've read it. Full.
Okay, cool.
So Otto Addo, for me, has shown me enough signs that if he's given time and an enabling environment,
That's right.
he'll be able to get the job done.
Yes.
Look, we've gone for Chris Hughton, Premier League experience.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Milo.
Oh, he has
A
done
lot
it
of
before.
pedigree
He
from
came
his
back.
first thing. Didn't
CK,
work.
somebody who says he's better than Otto Addo.
Bro, what's your time? It didn't work.
It didn't work. My point is, look, first of all, we need to accept where we are. In accepting where you are, no, you don't try and jump and try and make. It's not time for two no. Number two, Boga, you don't have money. Any cigar,
Yes.
you don't have money, but you want elite coach. If you not appoint somebody like Otto Addo, who has shown that he has the right credentials, he has the right qualification, he has shown signs. If you give him time, he can. Even in 3 years, safe. In 3 years, somebody who can collect him and pay him more safe.
If you want a proven winner,
If you want
it
a
comes at
proven-
a price.
But who said they wanted a proven winner? They ever said it.
And you
Yes.
can't pay.
Yeah, so it's the FA. No,
he's
yeah.
saying-
No,
he's
what
not-
you
he's
see,
not-
me,
he's
I'm
not
not.
criticizing
You
you.
see,
He's
I'm
not
not
making
lumping.
No, yes.
I'm not lumping the FA together with the FA.
No,
What
he's
they did
making a
was
general
what
point.
the FA did.
No, he's not talking about the FA. That's what I'm saying. That
what
this is on the
FA did-
FA.
What the FA did was very
Yes.
deceitful,
Like
and they
Ghana
didn't
in
try. What the FA did was very deceitful. They didn't try. I don't agree with what they did, but I'm saying the appointment of Otto Addo, bam. I don't care if he's the president. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if Otto Addo with the Black Stars having the opportunity to appoint his assistants. You look at the Laumann guy. You look at the track record of Laumann, where he's come from, football education from Germany. Nobody can tell me that this guy is not Otto Addo who brought him. Nobody can tell me. You have to find somebody who thinks like you. Otto Addo, when he first came to the Black Stars, George Boateng, here Otto Addo, what this thing do they have? What similarities do they have? And he's working with Chris Hughton, who is completely opposite from him. All those things will not help him work. So what I have seen with the appointment of Otto Addo and the backroom staff is the first step in creating an enabling environment. You see, but where we are now, Boga, where we are, to be frank, nobody wants a job like that. Nobody wants a job like that.
What job?
This Ghana job.
It's an incredibly attractive job.
That's for you.
No.
Oh, that's for you.
No.
The
No.
proof- the proof is in the pudding.
Otherwise, Otto won't leave Dortmund. No, I won't let him run out the Ghana. This Ghana Black Star job.
I finished saying
I get mo na man ayesa.
this which top class managers have applied for this job. We've seen the people who've been applying for this
No,
job.
no. What kind of manager do you
We've
want them
seen-
to apply for? You want Jose Mourinho to come and coach Blasters?
I don't want Jose Mourinho to get good blasters, but when you look at the CVs of the people who have been applying, you can tell that it's a certain
Because
caliber
you're
of
putting
people.
out
Majority
you're
of
putting
them-
out
caliber of
you're
people
putting
who are
out
coming for the
you're
job.
putting out a criteria that makes no
They
sense.
know you
Daniel,
can't pay. The fact of the matter is that you see, sometimes we need to educate. You put out even forget the CV. Put the players on the table. Yeah, people will love to work with this group of players. It's sweet. But when you put the money you are going to pay them now, who should come? That's what I'm telling you. It's not attractive. Nobody wants it. You don't have money. So then it is smarter for me to pick somebody who has promise, who has credentials, who given the right time, who given the right enabling environment can get the job done. And that's what I'm telling you. Otto Addo will shock you, one. Number two, in 3 years, You will see the people who will come and collect him from you, and then you'll be back to square one.
But you know the
Sometimes-
same person who says his color disqualifies him from a lot of
many,
jobs.
No, he said a lot of people. The people who come and collect him. Have you said? Do you know the people?
Egypt.
From
let
where?
me answer that question. There's a way Achu does some things. You act like the people who are watching and listening to us, they are not paying attention. The question you asked me is a very disingenuous question.
It's not
What
disingenuous.
I said was, listen to what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
There's a difference between somebody finishes his career and wanting an opportunity at a job.
Yes.
If you have proven yourself, it is easy for you to get a high job.
Yes.
If you've not, we've seen that people with a certain skin color find it more difficult to be gambled upon.
But then
At a high
he
level.
didn't say that at first.
Now
He didn't.
That's
fair.
no. I
He
made a
didn't.
statement, and that's what I
he
meant.
didn't.
You didn't ask me what I meant.
So
You
the question was not
assumed-
disingenuous.
you assumed it was very
You have-
disingenuous.
no, it was-
I used Darren Moore, somebody who had just come into a caretaker manager, had played 10 games, went to the championship. After 13 games, was sacked.
Yes.
I used Koloture, somebody who was an assistant, got his first job after 28 days, was sacked. What made it look like I was talking about experience-proven black managers?
So now you see your
who find it-
dishonesty.
No, it's not dishonesty.
Uh,
Because
No, no,
the
no,
examples
I
you've
don't know
given
why you
our
are trying to
coaches,
intentionally
no,
don't understand
the
what I'm
examples
saying.
you've given our coaches who are never given time.
Namely,
You
it's your
see,
time.
Fent, you see the way I've kept quiet.
Yes, you've
He's not
behaved
quite right.
yourself.
He has not behaved himself.
So I don't want anybody to disrupt you.
Fent,
Yes.
this is the greatest fraud
To ever be perpetrated in Ghana.
on the people of this country.
Okay.
The appointment of Otto Addo.
Riddle me.
Everybody, look at my face.
Yes, riddle me.
I said, it is the greatest fraud. And before I comment, I will take the FA to court and the minister to court.
Hey.
If any attempt is made after Otto Addo has been sacked, because he will be sacked before the 3 years. After sacking him,
You are saying that he'll be sacked before the
nobody will pay him any compensation. Because me, I don't understand why a coach who never met one criterion, not even one, ends up getting this job. Nobody should behave or say things as if all those who were qualified for the job were over 70 years. It's not true. I have coaches, CVs of coaches, 20 times proving better record than Otto Addo, who are in the range of 52, 53, 48, who all applied for the job.
around the age of Otto.
I'm telling you,
Age
and they
mates.
were- age-wise, and they were all proven record.
With better experience.
I'm telling you honestly.
Can
So
you give
that-
us some names?
Oh, Charlie, bring my phone for me. I send you some of the CV. You haven't forgotten. don't, it's okay, leave the phone.
No, you should bring it.
I
No,
gave you some
no,
of the
you didn't send it to me.
CV. I
That was
didn't
me.
hear myself. I gave him some. Put my phone down. Let me make my point. Look, it is the greatest fraud ever
Okay.
to have been perpetrated on the people of this
Why do you
country.
call it fraud?
This is now come to give you. The
All right.
reason why it is fraud number one,
Uh-huh.
he didn't meet any criteria.
Okay.
Fraud number two,
Okay.
you and I know that the circumstances under which he's been given the job is going to be highly compromised.
How so?
Even the first call-up shows. You are talking about rebuilding,
Yes.
and you are gone in for a goalkeeper who has not even had played 3 games. 3 games. Tell me I'm lying.
Jojo Wallacott.
You are mentioning the name. You've gone in for Addo, a player who is being managed by Ketokreku Consultancy. He's not even accumulatively. Since May of last year, he's not even. Let me
He's
talk.
not the one who manages.
No, let me talk.
Addo.
I'm saying Ketokreku Consultancy manages Edmond Addo. I'm
I
saying
don't
it.
think so, but
You-
no.
It's not
No,
It's not Keto Great.
Oh, Massa, who have me saying?
But it's not him.
I'm saying it's him.
It's not him.
So who manages him?
It's
I
not
thought it was under Atta
It's
Legacy.
Atta.
You the Tinaho.
It's Atta.
It's under Atta Legacy.
Don't we know them? Don't we know them?
What is
push
don't you
me.
know them?
We know them. We know them.
Atta Legacy is
Let
not
me
Keto
let
Great.
me
You
make
made
my
a
point.
categorical statement.
Let me make
which
my
we
point.
are.
I stand by
based on
that.
the knowledge we
Check
have.
your own. Based on my knowledge, he manages him.
Fence.
Period.
Who is the
Don't tell
vice
me.
president of Atta Legacy?
We don't want to go into certain things. Look,
No, it's that's a serious question.
I'm saying that he manages him. Nobody can know where I'm getting my facts from. We all have our source of fact. I
And
know
then, yeah,
my
he
source.
has not played. Okay, apart from the fact that he's the one managing him or not,
You are
the
talking about
substantive issue is
rebuilding.
for
game
somebody who
time.
wants to rebuild the team. He hasn't played
no,
football
no,
this year.
no,
Continue your
He
point.
can't control
So
a pass.
you went from the goalkeeper to
We have
Edmond
seen.
Addo.
Look, if you put me there, I will control and pass.
Easy.
Edmond Addo, when did you see him control and pass? You are talking about.
But he's a
rebuild.
professional footballer.
Is
Who
he
plays
playing
in Europe?
Zukaye? Is
He
playing
played in the Champions League
Oh.
against Real Madrid.
Oh, you see, he once played.
He's still eating from that thing.
I beg you,
He
yeah.
played 2 games.
I
against
beg
Real
you,
Madrid.
yeah. He should be benefiting from that thing up to now. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
No, you say he can't control and pass.
Ah,
That's not true.
That man, the trust fund
He
match.
controlled and
Because
passed
it's
against
still
Real
the
Madrid.
Madrid.
Two matches for 90 minutes each.
He control and pass the last time he played for Black Stars.
You know, Apple. You know
Yes.
what Intos is?
What is
Intos.
Intos.
That Real Madrid game.
Intoms.
A Tomu
Intoms.
The Tomu man.
Ah,
If you put me
that
there,
is Intos.
the sort of unlooking I will give you.
Come
You
on.
trust me. Don't you trust me?
I know you.
No look passes. No look passes.
My eyes are here. My eyes are here.
Coach awareness limit.
Edmund, you don't agree with his caller. Fair
The
now.
collapse are look. I'm saying fraud number 2. The man
collapse.
is going to be highly compromised. This is the man who told us that the next Black Stars coach should be fair.
Yes.
He's not going to be fair. From day
Who
one,
won't be firm?
it was not his job. Oh.
Whose job was it?
He didn't. You said he didn't apply.
Yes, but he
He's
got the
been
job.
done a huge favor. So we all know Keto Kreko is on record to have said that even when he's dying, no player walks into the.
when he's dying.
When somebody says,
So
when I'm
if he's not
incapacitated,
available.
if I am incapacitated,
So,
what
which
does
also
it mean?
means if he's dying and
He's
he's not
dying,
there.
he's not there.
In
That's what it
fairness,
means.
it is
Oh,
true. Yeah.
Did he say incapacitated?
That's
He said if something
Or
happens and you
unavailable.
unavailability.
It could be so
but
many
there's
things.
so many things.
Incapacity.
Is that
No, that's not-
Yes, so if he's dying and not
It's
available,
going to say unavailable.
unavailability. If he's not there and it is because he's
For you,
dying.
unavailable means
No,
what?
but can you? What if he's dying? Something could make him unavailable, and that's one of the things.
The meaning of the God.
Let me tell you something. The man said even if he's dying, no Black Stars player will get into the national team without a sort of his permission.
Yes.
Now he gives he does a huge favor to Otto.
Fair enough.
Fraud number 2.
Okay.
Fraud number 3. Look at those. Look, we just saw the AFCON.
Yes.
Let's put all emotions aside.
Yes.
Look at the standard and level of coaching. Should we have gambled with the Black Stars job?
To be fair, the winner of the AFCON was gambled.
He was not a gamble.
It was a gamble.
He was not a gamble.
It was
How
a
so?
gamble.
Under the circumstance, what do you think they could have done?
He was a gamble.
Oh boy.
He was a gamble. After they had named him interim, they still went to France to try and get heavy and then they were bounced and they said, okay, fine, they're finished.
You know that.
Was that official or was rumor?
It was official.
Listen,
But the French was spoke about it.
listen,
The French Federation released a
listen,
statement.
listen. This is why I said that wasn't a gamble.
That's a gamble.
He came into the tournament as this deputy coach to the head coach.
True.
That doesn't make him a gamble. It does not.
Yeah, if the deputy coach-
if the head coach had been shown a red card, wouldn't he be the one standing on the touchline?
Then
What are you talking about?
Otto too was head coach of Dortmund at a point.
Oh, Zuku
Yes,
Banza.
because
He should
if
have
the head
stayed
coach-
there.
if
He
the
should
head-
have stayed there.
your logic is
He
true.
should have
So
stayed there.
logic-
Fraud number 4.
Okay.
In the circumstance where Otto is incapacitated,
Yes.
red card. We all know he's got quick-tempered.
He does.
He got booked. Red card. Who stands on the touchline?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Lawman.
Under 16 development coach. Under 16.
He's not under 16.
He is.
He is not.
He is.
He is not.
He is.
He is not.
He's the under 16 coach of Standard Liège.
No,
He is.
no.
Oh,
no.
Charlie.
You see,
Don't twist that.
I knew I'll catch him. The name of the team is Standard Liège 16. They play in the second division of Belgium. That's their division 2. That's the name of the team. That is not the under 16
It's not
team.
the under 16 team.
Why are you doing that?
A Division 2 coach
Yes.
is now. I am more qualified than him.
Coach, how?
I'm telling you, some of these people, it is.
You will get a coach in the German in the Belgian second.
Somebody has
If
a
you
PhD.
bomb me, if you
Somebody
bomb
has
me.
a PhD.
Oh,
Let me
and-
first degree.
and
I'm
fa-
saying that I'm more
The
qualified.
coach said he will get a job.
He said he's more qualified than you. Does he have UEFA Pro license?
Don't bring in Addition and family.
Okay.
If I was born and bred into, I will go all the way to the professorship. Because if I did class, I did boom.
And as things stand now,
don't
you
know.
you are better than the lawman guy.
I'm telling you honestly. Fraud number 4. That backroom staff.
Yes.
fraudulent.
Why? John
I'm telling
Pinson
you.
is a former national team player.
It doesn't make him a
But is he a fraudulent character?
you want me to go there?
No.
Forged a certificate.
Oh,
It is criminal.
Allegedly, namely.
Not allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm
have proof.
stating on record. He's
That-
my colleague. I've spoken to Oti Akente. The year he said he did the CAF license A, Oti Akente, who has always been the CAF instructor, told me
He never saw him.
he never saw him there. Or a fraud man.
But that matter has not been investigated.
No, hold on.
You see,
I
to
have
be
a
fair
que-
to
no,
John
I have a
Pinson.
question though.
There's nothing
But where
to be fair.
has Pencil stood and said he has CAF license A? Question.
He submitted a certificate.
Have you seen the certificate?
I've seen the certificate. Bring my phone.
No, please.
You have seen the certificate.
I've not seen it.
Don't behave like that when we are seriously talking about national issues.
I've not seen
you.
any
You have seen the certificate.
I've not
You
seen-
you
I've not
have seen
Never
it.
in my life.
Tell
seen
me
it.
you've not seen
I've
it.
Never
I've
in my
not
life.
seen
seen
a
it.
certificate.
Don't see it. I have
I've
seen
not.
it. So I can
I
speak.
believe you have seen a certificate.
I don't know.
I
I've
have his
seen
name
the
on
one.
it.
I don't
There
know
is
if
that
I
proof that
said
he
it.
submitted
That's
it.
because
I have
you
seen
have
I
seen
have
the
seen the
certificate
certificate.
with
I'm
my
not sure
name on
if
it.
it is.
Listen,
what
listen,
the-
listen.
but yes.
Listen.
Did he submit?
be fair
I'm
to him.
telling you that
Even if you have seen a certificate, did he
as a
submit?
member of the same Ghana Football Union, we will.
They want to form a breakaway
Sanya.
football association. He has given away their name.
Sanya, we will make John Pencil in body go babam for this country. Or a criminal act.
How do
And we will make sure.
That is an allegation.
but Chris,
we want to
man,
stay
let's
away
say
from
alleged.
allegations, please.
You keep yourself
Allegedly.
away.
Yes, please.
I'm
coach.
not going to use
We are
allegedly.
staying out. Look,
You stay away.
we
Let me
did-
make my statement.
we
You are
extricate
interjecting.
ourselves from this allegation. Me, John, you are not a criminal. Let coach take you.
Look, I'm telling you, everybody watching this program, fraud number 4 or 5.
Five.
The disingenuous and dishonesty of John Pencil, the lack of morals with the Black Stars.
But he's not
Technical
the coach. The coach is Otto Addo. We are discussing Otto Addo.
No, but I'm talking about the fraud. Do you know the relationship between Otto and John Pencil?
Tell us.
They are former teammates. Beyond that, I don't know anything else.
Go to you never know, but I know you know, but I'll tell you too. When we went to Germany, do you know the connection between those two men?
206. Yeah, they played in the same team.
Yes.
That's the good connection.
Today, as a country, we are battling winning bonuses issue. That appearance fee issue. Go back after here. I'm giving you an assignment. You are one of the topmost sports journalists. All of you here. I'm the only person.
I
who's
won't
not
let
in
you
Germany.
finish. Are you saying Otto Addo started the regime of bonuses?
You know that for a fact. Appearance
didn't
fee.
say
He
that.
was the
I'm
one.
asking you
I'm
that
telling you that he was the one who initiated that. And John Pencil and the two of them, they were top on that.
They said they instigated the
I have
place.
spoken to people who were with the Black Stars in Germany. All our big men were caught unaware. And Otto Addo single-handedly, together with John Pencil, even still appear and they were shocked. So they've always been on the same level. Me, my brothers have spoken a lot. My simple knowledge about this thing is that you don't gamble to this extent when it comes to the apex of your game. You don't do that. I have never seen any country per the standard required. The last AFCON we witnessed by far has been the best AFCON ever, which means the next one will be even better. If that is the level.
and more difficult.
More difficult. So if we are talking about understanding our situation, where we are, the guy said the Black Stars job is not lucrative. You need to credit that. It is
A job that not kicked ball, you can get like $300,000 for no work done.
It is one of the most
Only serious.
lucrative jobs on the continent, in fact, in the world. Because everybody knows the talent we've got. Ghana as a country. So me, I do believe that we've set ourselves up to go and fail. And I've said, not only here, on several platforms. In the situation where the current government, we are told that the president called the man. DK has admitted that he doesn't care whether Nana Akufo-Addo called the man or not. If another government comes in and they sack Otto Addo because I know he will not perform.
Are you a prophet?
When somebody said he will put all of us to shame, did you ask him whether he was a prophet?
Thank you very much.
Did you ask whether he was a prophet?
Thank you very much.
Don't bring yourself.
Thank you very much.
Bring yourself.
No, Oh, you
Don't bring yourself.
spoiled. You spoiled it.
And I'm telling you
What a
that
bullet.
he will fail because he doesn't have the proper rudimentary skills and technique.
Please repeat that for me. Proper.
The one we used to coach the apex of the game. He has never done. When we gave him the World
Meanwhile,
Cup,
he took the team and went to the World Cup.
So no,
I'm saying that-
who qualify?
I'm saying that he didn't take Ghana to the World Cup.
So who qualified?
But
us?
who did?
So what the job CK did was rubbish.
Ah.
The job Milo did was rubbish.
CK's job and Milo's job would have been rubbish if Otuado didn't win that.
And
job.
I'm saying that
The qualification
if
gives
CK and
credit to
Milo
what happened
had
before.
not played and done well for us to get there, they wouldn't have even been an Otuado.
If
saying
Haaland
that
doesn't
what I'm
score,
saying
if
is-
Haaland doesn't
So
score,
what?
would De Bruyne get assist?
Don't interject. So what I'm saying
But
is,
you
don't
interjected me.
ever credit Otuado alone for being the one to have qualified
credit
Ghana.
him
That's what
alone.
you are saying.
Yeah,
You are
but he
saying
did the most
you-
important
you
part.
should say that together with CK and Milo,
You did the most
they
important
qualified
part.
us to the World Cup. That makes better sense and better analytical sense than saying Otto alone qualified us
enough.
to the World Cup. My last point,
Yes.
take this on board.
It's on record.
The day this man is fired, nobody will give him a dime from the taxpayers' money as compensation.
If he's unfairly fired, why not?
What me? He's not going to perform.
Yeah, but if he
So-
doesn't perform, you fire him out.
And I'm
It's
saying
compulsory.
that Ketukreko, the minister, and all those who have sanctioned this
Well, you go beat down.
this contract, me, if that is where you know who I am, you know me, but you see, you don't know me well. I will take them to court, and I'll make sure my money, your money, our money
It's safe.
will not be used. The FA will pay that compensation from their coffers because you don't give the job to somebody who never met even one of your criteria. I am believing that they are perceiving that one day financial loss they will enjoy for free. It will not happen when I'm alive. Unless I am dead. That is the only way Otuado, when he's fired, he'll be paid any compensation. Thank you. I'm not joking about this. I'm damn serious about this matter.
What?
I'm damn serious about this matter. Because why should you? You put down a curtain, several of them. The one who never meets one of them is the one who gets the job.
Just said they've cooked the judgment depth for
They
the
are
future.
here. Betway is an established institution.
It is.
If Betway were to bring a
As a
novice,
ketchup,
a
Betway is
novice
anything.
to come and run their marketing department, boom, 5 years. Hey, they'll put him on probation. Or they'll call 1 year, 2 years.
Yes.
Oh, acquiring the performance. No. They'll call you.
But that's what we did.
That is
That's not
standard
what you've
practice.
Yeah, but that's what we
3
did.
years.
3 years.
No,
is
we
not
gave him
probation.
10 months. He qualified to the World Cup. He won
And
a
we
game
have
at the
brought
World
him
Cup.
back.
We brought him back.
Because there's credit from those 10
Yeah,
months.
but it's good.
You saw those 10 months as
Yeah, we
credit.
saw. It was very
How
good.
many games did he win?
It was
He
very
won
good.
4.
No.
Is it 3?
Competitively, how many games did Otto win?
He won against Madagascar,
South Korea.
South Korea, and then he won one other against Chile.
So
Competitively.
Competitive game.
Why are you struggling?
But how many competitive games did he play?
No, the number that he played, even if he played one, he didn't win it.
Hey, you want to determine the
Even if he played one, he didn't win
Okay.
it.
So I'm telling you why
You want to determine the
So we mentioned that why
He
he
won
shouted.
only 2 competitive
but why
games.
is he won only
won
2?
I don't
He beat
give
South
a
Korea at the
f-
World
Look,
Cup and beat Madagascar at the World Cup qualifier.
You win. You people, you should wait.
I don't give
Look, I am done because if I don't control myself,
And even wait, but he also beat Nicaragua.
wow, look,
Nicaragua.
1-0.
wow, look.
Fatah Isaaku.
If I put
Deflected shots
together
So it's bad.
Adabraka and
You are a very
Newtown,
dishonest
And
man.
Jamestown
I really heard
11,
what he's saying.
I
Adabraka,
only reminded people to
Newtown,
go.
and Jamestown 11, we will beat Nicaragua not less than 4.
by a wide margin.
Extremely wide
This
margin.
matter must mean a lot to you. Clearly, that's why you are sweating.
Look, my brother, if you give me the chance,
The things you will say, I know.
I don't give
I know.
a
Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I apologize for all the interjections,
It's actually
but
It's a
I hope
heated show.
I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again. Make sure to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. I'm just happy that we are back again to record another episode. The issues from last week were way too much. Hopefully, we are back again next week. Until then,
But
take care.